Oh, well there we are. If you're here, that means, congratulations, you found your way to the forefront. And not only that, you found your way into another super excellent and educational game of Mouse Guard. We are dropping off back into this intense and lovely little game that I cannot stop talking about. And we're going to be helping you understand just what is Mouse Guard? What are frogs? In any case, we'll go ahead and just get this started really quick with a few announcements. Number one, we are doing a giveaway. So if you are here, and we'll do this frequently, we're giving away one of these dandy things. One Night Werewolf. It's going to help us get our little Twitter bopped up because it's a mandatory thing. But that was One Night Werewolf. And if you don't know, One Night Werewolf is a little game that is all about deception and lying. And also self-preservation, which is sort of akin to a lot of the games that I played when I was getting into this whole tabletop thing. Certainly, it's a whole new level when you're using dice to sort of determine these outcomes, but I'd like to just sort of give back to you guys. So, we're just going to go ahead, drop a giveaway thing in the chat. But, we're also going to go ahead and get started into this long-running series of mice and not mice. The Mouse Territories. The Mouse Territories has been protected by the Mouse Guard for several years, 1,000 and some more. And luckily, there's not been a huge devastation that has stopped this high prosperous goal from the Mouse Guard from reaching this, hey Crit Dice Gaming, thanks for hosting, we love you buddy, from reaching its pinnacle. This means that they have to be ever vigilant for the smallest tipping point, because this is Mouse Guard. In this game, we play tiny little mice in a big world where everything else is very big, and oh my gosh, it's so tough. Because even the change in the seasons can cause devastation among the Mouse Guard communities. But Mouse Guard exists to protect them and to stave off the encroaching hunger and greed of various predators and pests. We are going to zoom in very quickly away from Tapper's Point, which is the focus of this campaign, this Eastern Marches campaign, and instead go back to Lockhaven very briefly, because Gwendolyn has a very special mission. She has called forth 2 mice. The 2 of you have been probably doing work in various capacities within Lockhaven. You might even been able to go on a few patrols, but as guards mice, the 2 of you are drawn to Gwendolyn's office. The waiting room consists only of you 2. Go ahead and just describe your characters for me as they enter this space. What cloak are they wearing? What is their fur color? What is their name? And also tell us what their belief is. Zamanzor, do you want to go first?
Yeah. I'm Henrik Sweeto. He has a blonde fur, an orange cloak, and his belief is that food is the best way to anyone's heart.
That's true.
He's a little chubby, so a little portly.
Oh my. Well, that just means you got some winter weight to work off. Yeah, because winter, every mice holes up, and no better place than at the bakery. We also have a second mice. Jace, would you like to go ahead and tell us about this particular mouse?
Sure. Alright, my mouse's name is Newton No Squeak. He's from Lockhaven. His fur color is gray. His cloak color is dark green. He's a fighter. And his belief is that he is a shield for the meek and will do what he can to aid those in need, particularly those in physical need.
I see. And now, we will go forth with this scene. The 2 of you are called into Gwendolyn's office, It is a very cluttered space. Usually after winter, the Mouse Guard is frantic to get everything back to business. And to Gwendolyn's delight, which is the only thing that the matriarch who leads the Mouse Guard can, show to her many mice in arms, there's a lot of work towards the east. There are several different patrol markers, and you notice that beyond the scent border of the east is this little token that represents a town that you are maybe familiar with in passing. It is a place called Tapper's Point. And Tapper's Point has been a project of the Mouse Guard specifically. And Gwendolyn has already sent a few mice out there, you know this. But you also know that she's very determined to make it a success. And she looks to the two of you. She's a blonde fur. There's a giant halberd behind her. You expect she must have used this frequently during her own life as a guard mouse, but now has sort of set it aside for the administration matters ahead of her. She's also wearing this rich blue cloak and a long blue gown as well, as she just sort of like hovers over this table, just assessing everything. She looks up, grabs a cup of tea that she seems to always have at the ready, takes a slow sip, this little fat dandelion bud sticking out, and says, "Well, good morning to both of you."
Good morning.
Good morning. What do you have there?
Some bread. Do you want some?
She pauses, and then reaches out and takes some, dips it in her tea a little bit, and munches on it, and says, "Sweet Oat, it's going to be difficult around here without you. And I'm very sorry I'm doing this, but you have a very special set of skills, and I need to move them somewhere else." And
I do, and I am?
Yes, of course! I mean, this is have you tried this? And she holds it out to Newton, offering it to you.
I have not tried it. I'm trying to watch my figure. Got to fit in this armor.
And she nods and just eats the rest of it. And she says, "I'm sending the both of you to Tapper's Point. It is a outpost for the Mouse Guard beyond the scent border. And the two of you would understand that the scent border in this setting is sort of like a chemical mix that is sort of used as a deterrent for predators, the bigger ones particularly. It keeps away all the nasty coyotes, wolves, some of the, more pests. But going outside the scent border is a very scary thing to some Mouse Guard. But she says, there's a trouble with morale there currently. And not only that, I know you're a competent fighter, Newton. We would like them to have some extra protection, as well as full bellies.
Of course.
But still, you are a Mouse Guard, Sweetheart. I expect you to act as one, and to follow orders from Guard Captain Arabelle, please. She is in charge there.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Well, I wish the two of you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, dismissed. Long road ahead, but trust me, it won't be too rough. Many have traveled it already. She dismisses the two of you. And is there anything else you'd like to do before you actually head off?
Like to just gather what food I've baked and kind of package it for later travel.
Oh man. Did you do some were you looking forward to rolling some dough today or something like that?
Yeah, just get working in the oven, smelling the fresh bread and other foods. Now I'm out traveling.
Yeah.
Feels bad.
Oh no. But beyond that, we're going to have our first roll of this session to sort of lean you guys in into how this game works. So, Mouse Guard is played with 6-sided dice, and whenever something comes up that I need you to conquer, we say you need to do a test. This is going to be a Pathfinder check in order to get all the way over to Tapper's Point. You guys are currently in Lockhaven, which is way over here.
Okay.
You guys need to get all the way over here. So in order to do that, we need a mouse who has Pathfinder. Do either of you have the Pathfinder skill?
I do.
What is that? The rating in that skill?
3.
3. What does Newton have, if any? Ooh, and you might be muted, sadly. This is a... Ooh.
Sorry, I was pulling it back up. 3 as well.
3. So, it sounds like either of you could make this check, but let's figure out who wants to. What are your traits currently? Tell me that.
Traits. Hard worker and compassionate.
Compassionate. And how about Newton?
Guard's Honor, Fearless, Defender.
Defender. So, one thing that you can do, because I'm going to go ahead and say this is going to be like an obstacle 4 check. And this means you guys need 4 successes in order to get to Tapper's Point without either getting a condition, which you can see at the top of your character sheet, or getting a twist. And a twist is what happens when you fail. You can also get a condition if I want to not complicate things too much. But if you get a twist, something usually goes wrong. Something gets a little complicated as you're trying to conquer this obstacle. So right now, if one of you rolls with just 3 dice, you're not going to be able to beat that obstacle 4. But what if you were to help each other? So for sort of the sake of showing you guys how this game is going to work, how about we have Henrik roll these dice for the Pathfinder check? Unless actually Newton would like to take charge instead, since you're kind of the fighter and he's kind of the... I don't know, what kind of mouse are you? You guys can work this out in character if you want.
I guess we're supposed to go east. Do you know where Tapper's Point is?
I have seen it on the map several times. I'm familiar with the way.
Alright, well, I'll just follow your lead then.
Alrighty.
So, from here, what we're going to do is, Newton, you're going to take your 3 dice, and you're going to keep them right now. Don't roll anything. But
okay.
It sounds like you need help from your fellow mouse. So, you would ask, how can my fellow mice help me, please? And hopefully, Henrik would say, well, I know Pathfinder too. I'll help you with my Pathfinder skill. And then you would sort of say, oh, well, I help by telling you, hey, don't go down that way, the river's down there, or hey, we should really keep off of the trail here because it's there's this landmark that I know of. I've been through this territory before. So that's sort of how we help each other. We sort of talk about how our skills are going to help and whatnot. So that gives you a +1 because you have another mouse helping you. So right now you have 4 dice, but it's still a tall task. In order to succeed at this obstacle, you would need 4 successes out of those 4 dice. What are your traits again?
Which one? Me?
Yeah, Newton, sorry.
Guard's Honor, Fearless, and Defender.
And compassionate and hard worker.
It sounds like... Newton, it sounds like any of those traits would describe you as you were carrying out Gwendolyn's order to go to Tapper's Point and lead this other mouse along there with you. So I think what if you took a Guard's Honor and you say, Newton is the epitome of Guard's Honor. He is a dutiful mouse, and nothing stops him. He's always on duty, and that's how he is doing this Pathfinder. He's on point. So that would mean you're using your trait to help you. This would give you another +1. And that's how
Okay.
you sort of use traits to help you. Now, unfortunately, you can only use that once per trait. So for the rest of the session, you won't be able to use Guard's Honor to sort of say, oh, Newton is such an honorable guard mouse. You're just going to be able to say that for this roll.
Okay.
Right, so right now you have 5 dice. What are your wises?
Wises.
And they are right below your skills, I believe.
I have armor wise.
Armor-wise.
Oh. I think I have grain-wise. Yeah.
So I don't think those would help you find the path to Tapper's Point. But it sounds like you have 5 dice, and I'm going to go ahead and say that I think we're ready to roll. So go ahead and just give me a roll of 5 dice with an obstacle of 4. We'll see what happens.
Let's see. So you said 5 dice, right?
Indeed. 3 successes. So it looks like you just need 1 more. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to another little facet of Mouse Guard. Do you see at the top of your character sheet, at the very right, Fate and Persona points?
Yes.
Okay, so Fate points is, they're these lovely little magical things that sort of say my mouse is going to succeed. They are going to succeed. So what you do is you burn one, and that makes any 6s that you have explode. So if you burn a fate point, you'll be able to re-roll that 1 6. And hopefully it'll come up as a success. So if you like, you can go ahead and try to do that. Or you can take a fail.
With a fail, do we...
With a fail, I'm probably going to give both of you a condition.
Okay.
Alright. I think I'll use my compassionate trait to see if, as we're going along, Henrik notices like Newton's kind of lost, but kind of little too proud to say so.
Indeed.
But I kind of know the place, and I don't want to step too much on his pride.
True.
And Henrik is just kind of going to squeakishly say, I think it's a little bit that way.
You may be right. I feel like I've seen these trees already.
Yeah, we passed them twice already.
Oh, no. I love it, but unfortunately, you can't help another character with your traits. Traits are sort of things that embody yourself. They sort of embolden you. And not only that, you kind of did just describe how you help with your Pathfinder skill.
Okay.
But gosh darn, you feel for this guy.
I try.
I think beyond that, this is the only way to really try to get a success is with that fate point, Jace. But that's up to you if you want to spend it.
I mean, how many do I start with?
Oh yeah, you guys start with 1 fate point and 1 persona point.
Okay.
I will say that they're very easy to earn, so like, don't feel bad about spending them.
Okay, sure. I'll go ahead and use it.
Alright, so just re-roll 1 dice. And this is going to be interesting, because it's just... nicely! So, you did get that 1 success you needed. Now, luckily it's another 6, so you could re-roll this again, and again, and again, however many times it comes up as 6s. But you just needed 4, so I'm just going to say you falter momentarily, and that is the moment that that your compatriot sort of says, "Oh, we've passed these trees already." And that's the moment where you sort of you go, "Yeah, but I can do this. I'm a guard mouse. I'm gonna get there for the honor of the matriarch and stuff like that." And you push forward past the scent border. And it's very noticeable when you pass the scent border because it is an acrid line of chemicals that, for a mouse, it's insufferable. For any other animal, it must be even worse. It's I like to describe it as like a green Jolly Rancher mixed with like a carton of rotten eggs. That's how I'm sorry. Oh God, Abby, I'm sorry. And then you're past it, and oh, that's spring. Oh, the sunlight is just grain, grass.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Delicious grass. But so you guys push past into this grove of pine trees. You've sort of taken at least maybe 5 days journey, and by the end of it, you're nearly out of bread. And that's a sad fact of life for you, Mr. Henrik. But you guys
triggered.
You guys come to this small clearing in this dense forest because this is the wild country. Things are just let loose. The trails are lost sometimes, but the one that leads to Tapper's Point is strangely maintained and well traveled. So once you find it, you're like, okay, yeah, this is it, because it's literally a line through these pine needles that just surround you, and you come to this immense pine tree, largest one you've ever seen. And there's a small trail road leading up into its gnarled roots. And you notice that there is a small, like, cobbled archway. And this is like early into the morning that you guys set off during this day. So you guys are still fresh with lots of energy after you woke up. And you're finally there. You see it, Tapper's Point. And there are 2 mice there on guard. One with halberd, the other with looks like a staff. And it's a, let's see, I believe, let me double check. Yeah, so there are 2 guards mice, and they are wearing guard cloaks. This is how you recognize them. And immediately this coppery red fur to on the right side of the entrance in front of you sort of perks up. Well, hey there, how you doing? This is Tapper's Point. What are you? Oh my goodness. Hi there.
Hello. We're just sent here. I'm Henrik, and that's Newton over there.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
So make sure to accept us.
Wow, you guys expecting trouble? He's decked out.
Yeah. We were told there'd be some trouble.
Oh no, I'm sorry. We've been trying to make good work on, kicking out all those nasty predators. And he sort of like bangs his halberd on the ground and just grins very widely. The female mouse next to him just sort of is dead-faced, staring straight ahead, just blinking. And Blaze goes, "Well, gosh, you're here to report in, aren't you? New guards mice."
Yes, sir.
That's
yes.
That's excellent. Hey, don't tarry too long, because I think Kyle's really mad, and you gotta watch out. Apparently, he thinks he's being replaced.
I don't think by any of us.
Oh, I don't
least...
think so, because like, I like grasshopper leg as much as anybody, but and he just goes quiet and says, "Well, you can go on straight up to Guard Captain Arabelle's office." And the girl next to him says, "I'll go get the other guards mice," and she runs off inside. And the 2 of you are told by this red fur. He quickly introduces himself. "I'm Blaze, by the way. Hi, welcome to Tapper Point. You just you could go up the stairs, and he gives you directions to this interior little town. It sort of is built inside this tree, and it's very tightly knit. There's like a small courtyard in the front, and then you have several stairs going up, and he guides you to the upper floor where there's a door. And from there, you guys can knock on the door if you want, but he stays at his post.
Henrik just
Okay.
looks at Newton very expectantly, just like,
Yeah. We'll go up the stairs and knock on the door.
The door opens once you've knocked on it, and there are two mice in this room. One of them is wearing a very a white cloak, sitting at the desk. She looks up and then turns back down immediately with like this steel determination down at the map. Sort of almost similar to Gwendolyn's office, but everything is less scattered. It's all organized very finely to the smallest detail. And the other mouse in here is another guard's mouse, but he's wearing a purple cloak, and he certainly seems a lot younger than the guard captain currently at the desk. And he sort of grins at the two of you and says, "Well, hello? Let's see. Judging by your cloaks, Henrik Sweeto, yes?
yes, that's me.
Newton No Squeak, then.
Yes.
They told me about the armor.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tapper's Point. I'm Patrol Leader Quincy. I was one of the original members that, came in and got this outpost in tip-top order. This is a Guard Captain Arabelle.
Is it the morning?
It is morning.
Okay, so I say, good morning, guard captain.
She looks up to the two of you and says, "Good morning. So, let's get down to business, yes? Quincy, make sure Aunt Herd and Ida are on their way, please." And he nods and immediately leaves. She gestures very calmly to the four seats in front of her and says, "Sit down, please. I'd like to brief you very quickly."
Henrik kind of plops down into the seat, his gut kind of sticking out, and he tries to suck it in as best he can while sitting down.
Newton, it's probably hard to sit in this with your armor on.
Yeah, trying to do it.
But you
delicately.
you shuffle a bit, like. And she looks over to Sweetheart, and she says, "As I understand it, you bake."
Yes, ma'am.
That's good. As I understand it, you're one hell of a fighter.
Indeed.
Good. There's a mission I need accomplished. And then after that, you're going to be taking up residence in Tapper's Point, at the very least until the season is ended. Spring means we have a lot of things to build here at Tapper's Point. And one of the most difficult things, something that mice for generations have been incapable of fostering, is trust. And it is at this point that Ida and Tilly Antherd, wherever you are, either Seabree, who was the female guard mouse next to Blaze, or Patrolleer Quincy will come find you. What are you doing when they find you?
Ida, go ahead.
Ida is trying desperately, because there's no library here. She's an archivist.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
trying to build a small collection of what she has. She's trying to get some write down notes, get maybe different family heritage stuff from everybody. So she's probably in her room trying to organize like books and papers, and they're just kind of splattered all over the place before.
Oh, gracious.
Yeah. And when somebody comes in, she's very put off, like, what?
I'm gonna say it's Seabree this time, and she sort of looks in. You've gotten the sense that Seabree, unlike Blaze, is just sort of like sick of Tapper's Point.
Yeah.
And you can almost relate to that because of your frustrations.
Yeah.
But she's specifically sick of more new mice. So she looks to you and says, "There's more." And just like her whiskers just twitch.
Okay. Is there a mission? Do I have to?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, I'll go.
Okay.
Thank you.
She's waiting. They're literally in the office.
Damn it. Okay, I kind of go. I go up and I'm kind of like,
Oh.
why did they
Poor
send my
Ida.
sister? I was doing work.
Oh no.
It's okay.
Yeah. So you head up. What do you look like? What do these two new guards mice see in front of them?
What you see in front of you is a mouse with almost dirty blonde fur with a little bit of copper in it. She has a very ruffled look about her, probably because she's constantly, has a lot of things that she's either writing down. She's wearing kind of a copper outfit, but then she also has scrolls just sticking out of random pockets, and she has a like slate gray coat or cloak that she has on.
Ooh. All right. Tilly, what are you doing when Patrol Leader Quincy comes to find you?
Oh boy. She is in wherever her sleeping quarters are. I assume they would like not shove the tender paw in a closet, but give her like the smallest room that isn't needed for anything else. It's like either in the barracks or near the barracks. And so when Quincy walks in, the first thing he would probably notice is that the floor has been covered in dirt, and it's piled up against one wall. And on this pile of dirt, it takes a second to see because it kind of blends in, but there's like an undyed cloak with a rather large lump under this cloak, and there are snoring sounds coming from the cloak lump.
He hesitates, then quickly sort of like steadies himself. He like adjusts his cloak around his neck and goes, "Tenderpaw and her."
She like jumps up and plants herself against the wall. And says, what is it?
Do you know what time it is?
What time?
It is past your bedtime. You've been asleep for days.
She is wide-eyed and has these like huge dark bruises under her eyes, like she hasn't slept in like 3 or 4 days, and she's giving him this wild-eyed look like, what the F are you talking about? And she's just kind of like staring at him sideways.
Oh no. And then he can't take it. He just gets this very sad look on his face, and it's like, it's just morning.
Don't confuse me like that, sir. What is you need me for something?
Yeah,
What's going on?
What is with you, spruce tuck mice? Oh my goodness. Well, listen, you need to report to Guard Captain Arabelle. You have a new mission.
Her everything about her just deflates, and like the ears point at the floor, and her shoulders sag, and she's like, "Yes, sir," and gives like this sloppy limp fish salute, and like drags herself out the door.
He once again sort of postures and says, "There are new mice up there. You should present yourself. Make a good impression."
Yes, sir. It's not clear that she actually understood a word he said.
He also deflates. And sort of just tries to get the cloak tighter and departs. What do these mice see when you enter the room?
Let's see. The door slowly creaks open, and this very short brown fluff ball stumbles into the room in a way that almost seems drunk, except there's no smell of alcohol or anything, so it's just sleep deprivation. And like half of her body is like fluffy, and like the fur is all sticking together in like matted clumps because she was sweating a lot at some point earlier today doing lots of work. And then the other half of her body is flattened because she was asleep on the ground, and it's also covered in dirt because that ground was literally a mound of dirt in her room for some reason. And she stumbles into the room, probably trips on a floorboard, and just whacks right into the back of Henrik's chair.
He just instantly just shoots up and turns, just whips around, and just.
Sorry. And she sort of tries to get herself upright and takes a couple
Tilly?
steps back.
Why is it every time I see you, Tilly, you're covered in dirt or some kind of gross mess?
Yeah, her ears kind of flatten and she goes, comes with being an ant-herd, ma'am.
Well, it's good to see you, nevertheless.
Same. Captain Arabelle. Morning. She salutes.
Yes, I'm here too, she says.
Sorry.
Please have a seat.
Tilly flops into the chair.
Alright, now that all of us are here... Henrik! Congratulations, you're Tapper's Point new baker.
What?
Like the baker of Tapper Point?
Yes.
Tapper's Point?
Unfortunately, Mikhail, who is, I dare to call it a cook, he is the one who provides a lot of sustenance for many of the mice here. Unfortunately, his methods are not very wide. We would like it if Tapper's Point had something that other mice would want to come here and try out. Number one, Port Sumac mice specifically. We're trying to encourage them to open trade routes with Tapper's Point, and the best way to do that is to show that we have some class. I need you to go on a mission in order to get and procure some ingredients for yourself. These mice are here to help you for that.
Hold on, just a moment, Captain, your captainess. And Tilly looks a little more awake now, but her ears are pinned back. She's like, you're not replacing Michaela, are you? Not replacing him, right?
I promise, I know that his cooking methods are a little odd. However, I know that he tries very, very, very hard. I have grown very fond of him. I hope he's not leaving.
He's not leaving. He's just not the only mouse who can feed us now. It's good to have some Lockhaven hands in the kitchen.
Alright, good, as long as you're not running him out of town.
Where?
Scared
no.
me there.
No. But
I'm not taking anyone's job, am I?
You're not taking anyone's job, but you are making a job, and I expect you to do it, and do it well.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
And as for you, and she turns to the other mouse, the armored one, and says, I need you to go out with them, make sure they're protected.
Of course.
Specifically as they go to a blue jay nest.
A what?
I need you to recreate the gab croon of Lockhaven, please. Having it here, beyond the scent border, is going to give us a lot of reputation.
Well, I mean, I need all the necessary materials and the ovens and the berries, the oats,
I've had
the wheat.
had the foraging team go about this. They're very capable. We have everything we need except for the eggs.
But eggs are the hardest part to get.
Hence why I'm giving you Newton. And not only that, these two are... She looks to Ida and Tilly. One has already dealt with the blue jay, and the other can talk to the blue jay, hopefully. At the very least, we can maybe reach an agreement with this bird.
I mean, I did talk to crows.
Oh, it was crows.
Oh, yeah. No, they're actually really sweet. Mischief makers, but, you know.
And she's sort of just just chews her lip, but continues, and says, "This is a tentative relationship, but we just need the eggs. And if we can get them by making a deal of some sort, then that would be most prosperous for both of us. We've noted where the blue jay has built the nest, and I would like you all to venture there, talk to it if you can. If not, do away with it and steal the eggs."
Well, I'll do my best.
We're carving out a piece of civilization out here in the wild country. It's not going to be easy, but we are the best ones to do it, alright?
Oh, I'm not one for gathering missions, but hopefully there's some excitement out there with the Blue Jays.
Or down below, this is the wild country. There are fearsome predators that still live beyond these borders.
Yeah, those toads. I turned to Tilly. Tilly, do you remember those toads?
Tilly's eyes are closed and her breathing is suspiciously slow and even.
I kind of... Tilly!
she jerks awake. What? Oh, Blue Jays. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Excellent.
Henrik's just kind of staring wide-eyed at all three of them, like they seem completely unfazed by this mission. He's just like, "What?"
She dismisses you, but she does say, "Any questions?"
No.
Oh, poor baby!
I suppose I ask if there's a way of bringing these eggs back, like any gear we need to take or anything.
We'll supply you with a cart. It'll be loaded down with some cushion so that they don't fall and break.
Yes.
Well, guess it's time to go on a mission.
Oh boy!
Your
Wait,
first
what?
one.
What's the bread called again? Just out of
Gabcroon.
Gabcroon?
Gabcroon.
As we are walking out of the office, I, not knowing you, am kind of going to grab you, Heinrich, by the arm. Can you really make Gabcroon? Can you really make it?
Well, yes, I just need all the ingredients and then...
Oh, it's been so long. Oh, my mouth is just watering thinking about it. Oh, like, I love Mikkel, of course, I do, but, oh.
Tilly's kind of stumbling along behind you, and she goes, wait, so, hold on, fill me in one more time. We're taking eggs from a blue jay?
Taking
Yes.
them, or at least making a deal.
I don't see any deal where any sort of animal would give up their unborn children. That just sounds a little... We're gonna be taking them, and it's gonna be by force.
I mean, it depends on what kind of, bird personality this particular bird is.
Well, unless you want to go find a new egg source, I would accept that as well. I don't know the difference between snake eggs and bird eggs. I never have them. Or if you want to go all out... Haven't the Grows been talking about a goose lately?
Well,
I didn't advocate suicide, ma'am.
No,
They did
But
say
I
that
gave
that
you a
goose was
mission.
out there.
and if you want to complain about it, do it while you're on it, not
Who
in my office.
in the holy bones said that I was complaining? I was pointing out a flaw in your logic, woman.
I interrupt her and I kind of like shut my hand over Tilly's mouth like, we'll get the eggs. Thank you, guard captain, as I
Oh,
slowly...
we'll get
back.
eggs. We'll get eggs, all right.
You
Why are you
notice
shushing me?
she takes a little token, and they seem to be a lot of them. All of them a different color. You know, what's your color, cloak color, Noodle, for Tilly?
Undyed, because she's a tenderclaw.
She takes this this dead gray token and just slides it from one end of the table to the next.
Mike,
Was there anything like about that motion that Tilly is supposed to get from him?
No, it's just something she did.
She
great
fluffs
color.
up.
There's you notice that there's two others over there. One is purple, and one is green.
Tilly is getting fluffier by the moment, and the ears are getting flatter. But she turns on her heel and storms out of the office.
Oh,
Anxiety is just like written over Henrik's face. Then he finds a crumb on his cloak and just quickly just grabs it and starts scarfing it down.
Oh my.
You hear from the hallway, "We've been dismissed! Where are you people?"
It is at this point we are going to do the GM's turn. So, this is how Mouse Guard works. I give you guys a mission. You guys say, well, gosh darn, I guess we have to do that.
Yeah.
And your mission is to get eggs. She suggested where you could get them, but by all means, that is the goal. Currently, we need to write down goals for this session. Goals are sort of like objectives that you want to accomplish. They do not always have to be about the mission. They could be things that your character just wants to accomplish at some point. One thing to note, during the GM's turn, I will tell you the obstacles that will be sort of in front of you as you try to accomplish the mission, but immediately after you get to the end of the GM's turn, you'll get to the player's turn. Each one of you will have one check with which you can roll whatever you want. And it's sort of like the GM's turn is when I'm telling you the story, and then during the player's turn, you tell me how the story gets resolved.
Okay.
And from there, what do you guys do? Go ahead and figure out what your goals for this session are going to be.
And it's just one thing? Or...
yeah, you only get one goal for
Okay.
the mission.
I guess Henrik's is make the best gosh darn Gab's croon ever.
Yeah! Lockhaven Gab Croom! It's delicious! Ooh.
Make the best Gab croon. Got it. Alright.
Alright, gonna bake some Gab Croon!
I have a goal. Find some time to take a nap.
Oh my god, that's right, you have like 6 conditions.
Literally, if I get injured and sick, I will die.
oh my gosh!
Yeah, by the
that's-
way, you automatically die if you get all 6 conditions, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Tilly, you need to sleep.
I kind of... You can trust me not to just kill you outright during a session. I will...
Yeah.
Like, that is a cruel game master move.
Thor
I
is
will
not that
do
kind of GM.
Alright. I'll offer you some bread.
There.
It'll make you feel better.
Do you want some muffins?
Yeah, you want a muffin?
You want a muffin? Do you want peanut butter or jelly? What about you, Ida? What do you want to get out of this?
My goal is to make sure that Henrik has all of the ingredients that he needs to make this delicious scab croon and eat it.
And eat it.
Yes.
All
I
right.
need it.
Not all of it, but
And
I've got a
finally,
hankering.
finally, what will our armored mice do?
He's going to make sure there's some sort of excitement for him out on the mission.
Nice. Alrighty. I guess we'll figure out what sort of excitement that'll be. In the meantime, let's go ahead and start the mission. You guys are going to look for eggs. What eggs? Specifically. Are you gonna go with Guard Captain Arabelle's suggestion?
Yes, because, honor and duty. We're going to do what she said.
That's true. You
I was
have,
about to say,
You have guard's honor. You are acting as accordingly, and that might be a part of your belief as well.
So in my mind, we've got two options. We can either go get the eggs from the asshole blue jays, or we could go get the eggs from the asshole goose. I don't know if there's a specific better egg for recipes. Henrik?
Well, goose eggs tend to be a lot bigger, so I can make a lot more.
Oh man, you get the impression if you got a goose egg, even just one, it would make enough Gabcroon to last for weeks.
Yes. I mean, like, if I had a goose egg, I mean, it could last us. Besides,
Either
like,
way, it's one less feathery tyrant in the world, so who cares?
Oh, we're gonna get that egg from the asshole goose then.
Oh my
well,
god.
his jaw just kind of drops, and he just like looks like, but gooses are big.
But think about Gabcroon for weeks. Weeks, Henrik. That delicious bread. For weeks.
Well, I mean,
Is the cart big enough to carry a goose egg?
You get the feeling, yeah, the cart, you would be able to like sort of put at least 2 goose eggs on the cart.
That's a pretty big cart.
Yeah, but you could expand it with like a survivalist check to sort, or a carpenter check to sort of like jury rig it to make it bigger.
Geese lay more eggs, so it might be worth it.
I mean, he just Henrik looks at Newton, just like, well, I mean, do you think you can take on a goose, or?
Oh yeah, I forgot that Newton is supposed to be protecting us. Newton, can we take on a goose?
I don't know about we, but the guard captain did want us to get the blue jay eggs. So we should stay on track.
But goose eggs reeks and reeks of the delicious bread, whereas a blue jay egg would just be a little bit. Now, wouldn't the guard captain be so happy that we got so much more ingredients from another source? Maybe just the blue bird egg or blue jay or whatever?
Or got us all killed and ended up with nothing.
Exactly. She trusts us to get some blue jay eggs. We should follow that trust.
Oh, well, I mean, Newton said it, so I guess blue jays it is. Maybe next time.
And you, little one, look very worn out. Should not be going against any goose.
That's a good observation.
Yeah, Tilly, you are looking kind of beat up.
She grumbles something unintelligible and probably unkind.
Ouch. So, it sounds like you're gonna have to find this blue jay. Give me a scout check versus the blue jay's nature. This is versus check, so whoever gets the most successes wins.
Yay!
Alright, so who has scout?
Henrik does. He has 2
Newton.
points.
Newton has 2.
I also have to.
Everybody has 2.
Wait, literally everybody has 2?
Yeah.
Alright, so who's gonna roll? One of you has to do it.
Henrik will.
Henrik?
Okay. He's
Alright.
familiar with the blue jays, I guess. Eggs.
So, everybody is helping, but here's the problem. Everybody can help, but you can only help with scout once. I'm using this rule sort of like too many cooks, so having everybody point like the blue jays this way will just be it's just a come on.
Haha!
It's going to stress him out. So only one person can help with scout. The rest of you have to help with another skill of some sort.
Will survivalists come into play?
Survivalist.
Yeah.
Let me actually check. Survivalist sounds like it might. Let's see. Find water, build fires. I don't think so.
Okay.
because it's sort of about like jury rigging tools, finding water, building fire. It's not really used to like find an animal. For all intents and purposes, it might be used to avoid detection with an animal by building a shelter.
All right.
I was about to say, I can use Pathfinder to try to find the safest path to get to the blue jay.
Yep, this is treacherous terrain. That would be helpful.
Can I use Lore Mouse to like guide people towards areas where it looks like blue jays might choose to live?
Yes, I think that's appropriate. For Newton, let's see. Do you have Hunter, perhaps?
No.
Do Fighter, but let's see. I don't know if now you have Scout, so you could help with Scout if nobody else is helping with Scout, right? Yeah, so you can sort of help him keep an eye out for any blue in the sky that is fluttering around.
The whole sky's blue. Oh god, they're everywhere.
It's the perfect camouflage.
Everyone run.
Henrik, you are rolling 3 dice. You're rolling 2 dice plus 3 because of the 3 mice helping you. Do you want to use a trait to help you?
No.
No. So, this will be the blue jay versus you. I think that's it. What's your wise, by the way? Grain-wise?
Grain-wise.
Okay. Wises can also be used to give you helping dice for yourself if you can justify them in some way. To be like, this is why I would get the helping dice. But that's up to you if you want to like call it.
Okay.
But
I don't think I can spin that one.
I'm ready whenever you are, buddy.
All right. So it'll be 5 dice in total.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Here goes the blue jay. Ooh.
Hey.
Looks like you just won by a single success. So, you guys leave Tapper's Point. You go deep into the wild country, and as you look around, Ida is sort of like making sure you guys stay on a very hidden path, just making sure nothing that's also wandering around finds you. And the little Tenderpaw is sort of like saying, "Oh well, blue jays are around this area, I think." And then the two of you are keeping an eye out. And just as she said, there is a blue jay sort of making its song at roost in one of the nearby trees. What do you do now? You've successfully found a blue jay, I believe.
Tilly just kind of heaves a sigh and just staring up at the branch where the nest is.
Yeah, you hear this happy song, and you're drawn back to the distant memory of old Bernard being flung out of the Tapper's Point pine tree by this bird.
I was not there. Wait, was it by this specific bird?
This you look up and. Looks like it. You've heard this song before.
Oh, Tilly like presses a hand over her eyes and just kind of shudders.
But it might actually just be a regular song that blue jays in this area sing. It's hard to catch.
Tilly is going to assume the worst.
To Henrik, this kind of sounds like when creepy children in horror movies like sing songs. Like it's just like. Typically, when it's like a happy moment to him, it's like, "Oh God,
it's gonna kill me!"
when is the knife in my back gonna come? When is the fox gonna bite me?
When is someone gonna wear my pretty mouse skin?
Oh my lord!
Oh no! What do you guys do? What's your approach on this?
I guess.
Look, can we all? Sorry, what were you saying?
I guess we could get closer, or we need to get closer eventually. But you were saying something too, Tilly.
Oh no, look. I know you mentioned something about diplomacy, but I really don't think that's a good idea because look, let me just hear me out for a moment. And she's like trying to formulate her thoughts, and she's like gesturing, but she's also like good on her feet. You step up there and you try to make this crazy argument to get this thing to trade one of his kids for something, whatever we can offer. I don't even know what we could offer this thing. But the instant you step up there, it knows where you are, and if it decides that your offer is stupid, then it's gonna come flying at you, and that we've lost the element of surprise at that point because it knows where we are, and it just doesn't seem like a good plan to start that way.
No, I agree. That makes sense. Thoughts, Newton?
So it's currently up in the tree?
Yes, it is up the tree.
Oh yeah.
And she doesn't want to do diplomacy. I mean,
I could talk to it.
The tender pod doesn't want to do diplomacy.
Yeah.
To be fair, she is a tender pod. That is the lowest rank.
yeah.
It just seems like such a slim shot, you know?
It seems like this particular blue jay is getting you on edge, though. But then again, it looks like you haven't slept. Are you sure you're okay, Tilly?
She just kind of shudders, and you see the fur along her spine just bristle up and then flatten down for a second. It's like, I don't like sleeping in trees. I don't know if it's this particular blue jay or not, but the one with Bernard, and did you hear the incident where he fell out of a tree and there was a blue jay, and you know how the scaffolding is all a wreck outside?
Yeah.
This might be the one. The particular song, it sounds familiar, but it might just be regular blue jays. I don't know, and it's just, I don't like this idea. I don't like it. Full disclosure. She just kind of like sits down. She sits down on a rock and just like puts her hands on her chin and goes, adults talk. I can't think straight.
I don't like it.
Pretty much.
Henrik's just like, I don't really think I can trade, Gab Croon for eggs, because, that's like cannibalism, so I don't really think that works out. So, maybe,
you never know.
Maybe we can find seeds to offer as tribute.
Something shiny, maybe? I don't.
You won't know till you ask.
See, I could go ahead and I could ask to see what they want, or I could distract the blue jay with talking while you guys try to get the eggs. I figured 3 people trying to get eggs while I try to distract them might be easier. I don't know if you guys have any other ideas.
Oh, there's no way this guy's getting up there with all this armor.
Tilly is shaking her head, going, "That's risky on you, because then you're all by yours." The only way that would work is if the rest of us aren't seen while you're up there talking, and then it's only you, between you and the bird. There's nothing between you and the bird. That just, it seems unnecessarily risky.
Yeah, but I'd rather lose one mouse than lose like a whole patrol. You don't have a lot of people here.
Is Ida the only one that can talk to the bird?
Anybody who has lore mouse can make a roll to try to talk to the bird. You could also try it with beginner's luck. If you don't have a skill, you can use half of the health or will attribute. But you could also use your nature for any roll. But if it's not mousy nature, like if you're not doing a mouse thing, like escaping, foraging, hiding, or climbing, it goes down by 1. So you can use your nature for any skill check.
Okay, so if she decides to talk to the bird, can my orator help her?
I'd say, yeah, that could give you helping dice if you want to be a part of that test.
Okay.
You would suffer the consequences if she happens to fail, though.
What, same consequences as her, or what would
it would depend on how things go.
Okay.
You die. The bluebird eats you.
Because I'm thinking I stay down with her to protect her. She needs it, and then the other two can try to sneak up. If Tilly is able to. Physically.
Alright.
Tilly raises a hand and goes, Other idea. What if I scope around and find like some beetles or something, and I I don't know. What? Hold on. Words. What if we find some way to get the Blue Jay's attention, and I get some beetles to run off in a really obvious way that catches the Blue Jay's eye, and we try and get the Blue Jay to go after them because it's roosting, right? So it's gonna need some food, or maybe this isn't a good idea. I don't know. What am I saying?
There's something there. It would just be having to get the potential of the beetles, but you have.
Oh, that won't be a problem. I'm an antherd. It's fine.
I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad plan. I don't think a direct confrontation will really work out too well.
Or I could always
avoid, hopefully.
I could always go the diplomacy route and try to talk to this Blue Jay, but it's from what I hear, it does not seem very nice. It actually seems like an asshole Blue Jay.
You did remember the crows had very choice words for Blue Jays in general. But it sounds so happy! Listen to its song!
Is there any way we can find... Oh my gosh, what were their names? Coogan and Mooin again?
Russell Crowe and Owen Wilson.
Gosh darn you guys. If you guys want to. I
just didn't know...
The problem is you guys have already left Tapper's Point. They sort of decided to, like, stay there. You would have to go back to talk to them.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe because if they dislike the Blue Jays so much, we might be able to enlist their help.
Ooh, Tilly's ears shoot up. She says, "Oh, that's actually not a bad plan. That evens things out a little bit. They're bigger than the Blue Jay, and there's two of them. Or even if only one of them comes, that's one of them. That's a great idea."
That's if they're willing to help us.
Right, but at least they're probably not going to kill us for asking them to help.
It's true.
Are crows nice?
These two crows
are alright.
Yeah, alright.
Okay, so in some of your experiences, crows are dickbags. But they're just bunches of fun to be around. But they keep you up at night, as of late, because one of them tells a really good joke, and then it's just.
Alright, well.
You guys would have to go back to Tapper's Point. You have located the Blue Jay nest, though. So you've accomplished that much. But if you go back to Tapper's Point, I'd say we would have to rush forward with that pretty quick. So what are you guys gonna do?
I thought going back to Tapper's Point to talk to Hugin.
Seconded. Tilly's hand goes in the air.
I don't think showing up back to Tapper's Point empty-handed would be a good idea. It would waste more time.
Well, no, it's just getting reinforcements.
Not really going back. We're just stopping, getting some help. But I mean, you do have a point, Sir Newton. Sir Newton.
Oh, are you thinking the guard captain will have something to say about it?
If you haven't noticed, she really doesn't like the guard captain.
Yeah.
Well, look, if she objects to doing something as reasonable as asking a crow to help deal with the Blue Jay, then she's crazy. And whatever, she can think what she wants. But the whole point is that this just seems like a better plan. So I say, regardless of what a captain or worshipful thinks, we ought to go do it. I second this motion.
Newton, with your guard's honor as one of your traits, you would know that's for a tenderpaw to be saying such things is a little rough, considering it's a guard captain.
It's insubordinate
It's
as
basically
heck.
insubordination, but you know that Tapper's Point is a very new thing. It's never been done before. The Mouse Guard has never taken an outpost like Tapper's Point and trying to turn it into a settlement. So it's really you're kind of not sure where the legal remedies sit on this. But who's the oldest mice here? Let's see, 24 for Newton. Henrik is 24 as well. Wow. So here's what it comes down to. Newton, you would know that seniority is usually how disputes are done if there's not a patrol leader, which there is not. But you would know that between you and Sweet Oat, you guys would have the decision here on what to do.
Okay.
Right now, you are literally 4 mice, like, curled up around this blue jay's tree, while it just screams joy. And anybody who speaks blue jay knows it's telling people to fuck off.
Yes, good.
Fuck off!
Fuck yourself.
Alright, so I'll turn to Henrik and ask him, surely you don't want to upset the guard captain, going back so soon empty-handed.
Anxiety is just like all over Henrik's face, looking at Newton, and just I don't want to mess up on my first job here, get fired, be homeless.
Julie raises a hand and says, "She doesn't have to know. We don't have to go in the main way."
And then I'll take a step back, turn to all of them and say, she ordered me to protect you guys, so whatever y'all choose, I will follow through and bite the bullets if need be.
I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world if we go back. And
As far as you know.
Oh,
Do you want your token slid across the table, ominously?
no.
If the Tenderpaw can handle the token sliding, I think superior officer probably could as well.
I think that was my token that was slid. It wasn't a gray token?
It was, but you don't know if it was the gray of the uncolored cloak of a Tenderpaw or your cloak.
We'll be fine. I can get us in a back way.
Or I could talk really quick to the Blue Jay, see if the Blue Jay is amiable for a trade or any kind of diplomacy. We want to try that first, and then if that doesn't work, we can go back.
Tilly has already voiced her thoughts on that matter, so she doesn't
Yeah.
say anything, but like the position of her ears kind of says it all.
Yeah.
Go ahead, we'll speak with the Blue Jay. And
Speak with the
if
Blue Jay? Okay.
diplomacy doesn't work, we will retreat and gather reinforcements. Air quotes.
Okay, so Tilly's gonna hide, like within reach of being able to jump in and do something drastic if things go wrong, but definitely like stay hidden. Do I have to make a roll for that?
I think everybody who's not talking has to make a nature check to hide. So you would just roll your nature as it is currently. However, if you are hiding, you cannot help with the next test that Abby is doing.
Okay.
That means you will not get any helping dice, Abby.
Oh
Shit.
shoot.
That's the.
Okay,
that's,
Wait, are all of you
that's-
gonna? Okay.
In that
All of
case,
you gonna
Tilly's
die?
not. In that case, Tilly's not gonna hide because she has Lore Mouse, so she can help.
Wow, so
Um,
you're biting the bullet and just saying, fine, I'm gonna talk to the Blue Jay with Abby.
Yeah, because like when you put it that way, it's like, wait, but Tilly's the only one who can really help, I think.
I don't
So
know. They
like-
might have other traits though. I would really like. I would feel bad having Tilly like go against something that she's so obviously uncomfortable and fearful of. So
Yeah, but you have
Yeah.
Lore Mouse. You have Lore Mouse, Ida. So you don't need help technically to, because you have the skill, so you're not at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's just 3 dice. That's it. I think the actual test is going to be an obstacle 2.
isn't it usually versus the nature of the animal?
Just for communication, no. It's just obstacle 2 to just communicate with this thing.
Okay.
But if you want to learn what their nature is, it would be a versus test.
Ah, okay.
Because right now we're just trying to talk to it, and feathered creatures are obstacle 2.
Okay. So I'd be able to talk to it.
Yes,
Not
but
a problem, yeah.
you have to roll for it. That's the thing.
Okay, gotcha.
We have to decide, is anybody hiding and not participating? Because if you do that, you are not going to help with any of the upcoming tests.
You know what? Tilly would probably be useless as backup anyway, because I don't think has fighter, period. She does not have fighter.
Nope.
So she's not gonna, she thinks about hiding, she maybe like gets in a hiding position, but then like thinks better of it and just sort of reluctantly comes out and goes, no, I think I can help you with this.
Yeah, I'll stand by. Ready to...
Okay.
Okay.
Henrik's gonna hide.
Roll your nature.
So I guess that's I have like 6 out of 6. I think that's what it said.
Yes. Wow, you have a high nature. Good job.
Yeah, I think I did that right. Yeah.
Fucking Blue Jay. Doesn't notice a thing. Alright.
So like this really fat, pudgy mouse is just kind of curling into the smallest object he can. Just like stalking the rest of the group, just staring wide-eyed at them, never blinking.
Alright.
Is
Okay.
Newton hiding?
No, I think he's helping. I think he's standing by to help, but he's gonna run to the bathroom really quick, I believe. So,
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, so I've got 3
so,
dice, unless people want to help.
anybody
Right.
helping?
Tilly is definitely helping. The reason why I asked about Newton is that if Newton can't help with this roll, I suggest that he hide before we make the roll. And that way, like,
I
he
mean,
doesn't
this
get
is
screwed over.
just for the for being able to communicate right now.
Yeah, right now I've got 4 dice. I
And
feel
he
like
doesn't
that
have
should be
anything
fine.
for that yet. He'll be up for the next roll though, if he
Okay.
So
Alright, we're good?
whenever you're ready, Abby. 2 successes, that's all I need. There we go.
Oh!
Beautiful. Mice are friends, not food.
Yes! You're...
Alright, so you are able to how do you get this bird's attention?
That's some very, very lovely singing up there.
You say in a twirling torch voice.
Oh god, I just had the stupidest idea.
What?
Like as soon as Edda is done saying her introductory piece, Tilly adds her 2 cents by shouting up, "Hi! Oh, you're an ugly little feck up there, aren't
That's a totally... That's such a Tilly thing to do, too.
you?" Speaking Blue Jay.
And the singing halts just for a moment, and it comes down to you, one branch lower, and says, "Whoa! Well, hello! What do you want?"
I just wanted to have a chat.
I love chats, and you're not one of those birds that I would like to keep away, so please.
Oh, there are birds that are around who...
It comes one branch
Yes.
lower just so it can get a better look at you.
There are birds around who you don't like to interact with.
Well, no, that's why I'm letting them know how much I hate them.
I would guess it'd be one of those pesky crows.
Oh, they do nothing but scream all day long.
Oh, and their screech, it's just so ear-piercing next to your lovely, twirling, twittering.
Oh, well, thank you. That is very sweet of you.
Oh, I try. Now,
I'm waiting for it.
I was wondering, as you know, mice are very small and we are trying to get a handle. And so I have a friend who makes the most delicious bread imaginable. You would not imagine how delicious and delectable this bread is. It's delicious beyond measure, let me tell you. However, to make this bread, we need a special ingredient that we'd be willing to trade for. God damn it.
Give us your babies! Please! What would that be, darling? You mice are so clever.
Tilly steps up and goes,
How would you like to have some guaranteed food every day of your ugly frickin' life in exchange for one of your eggs?
Oh my! It says.
Because we mice are terrible at surviving, but we are good at one thing, and that is keeping lots and lots of bugs and getting lots and lots more bugs all in one place. And you have to spend so much time going out to look for these bugs, and it's so much energy when you could be sleeping or making more eggs or telling these lovely birds out here how much they are the bane of your existence and they should stay the hell away from your nest. And you could have so much more time to do that if we supplied some insects for you. But we would need a little something in return, you see.
She's right.
So, I need a persuasion check.
shit. Oh my
Fuck.
god. What's your persuader, Etta?
Oh, I don't have persuader.
You don't have persuader?
You.
How do I not have persuader? That's crazy.
Okay, I've got
Oh,
two.
Tilly. You have two?
Okay.
Okay, so it sounds like you can help with Lore Mouse because your blue jay is on point. It's just so whimsical. Tilly.
Your blue jay is
Cool.
much better than my blue jay.
I think Jace is the only one who can help after Tilly. How do you want to help? If you want to.
With the orator?
She's making a persuasion check. So orator is more directed at like a crowd or making like a speech. So it would
That was
depend-
a speech.
that was a
real good
speech that Tilly made.
Yeah.
I don't
If-
have persuader.
Well, with orator, I feel like if you can somehow twist it into convincing this blue jay to give up one of her eggs, she will maybe do that. But I need to know how you're using orator to do that.
What other skills do you have, by the way?
Newton?
Hang on, I'm looking. Yeah, Newton. Hang on, I'm looking for
Yeah.
your character sheet.
Okay.
Let's see. You've got
There's ag-
fighter, persuader. Oh, haggle. Can haggler help?
Oh, haggler works. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So you're now. Yeah. So go ahead and like tell me how you use your haggler know-how to add to this argument.
Is Tilly talking about bringing bugs to the blue jay?
Yeah, there seems to be sort of like a trade deal set up, but trade like it's not. It is on the table, but we haven't really gone over specifics. The Blue Jay is just sort of like taking this in currently.
Okay.
So you guys would have to either offer it with a service or offer something that you have.
Okay. So, well, am I able to speak with the blue jay?
They'll translate for you.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and tell them that this little mouse, appearance-wise, has been worked to the bone, is a very hard worker, and can very surely get her the bugs that she needs because she's specialized in that.
Yeah, and if the blue jay shoots back with like, no, I'm going to need your firstborn children for the rest of eternity, or something ridiculous like that, you use haggler to be like, no, that's stupid. How about only our firstborns for the next 10 years?
All right. So you're getting 2 helping dice with your persuader, Abby. Any other traits or wises that you think you can use?
It's just traits, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, quick wit.
Quick
I
wit?
think
Yeah,
you'll-
you can use
yeah.
that.
Okay, so let's see what's going on. 3 successes.
2 successes. Okay, so here's what happens. The Blue Jay says, "Well, yes, I've had a lovely clutch up here, but I'm afraid that I've had too many. I seriously doubt I'll be able to feed them all. I would be happy to part with..." And she looks back. "Oh dear, there's 6. It depends on how much food you can find. For I must grant equal pay for equal gain."
That, of course, makes much sense.
Oh, something lovely happened. Oh my goodness! Laugh so hard. I have never laughed so hard. That just made my day. Says Gibbs.
It was
Thank
really
you
funny.
all for the voices. Gibbs made the biggest cheer I have ever seen. 1,500. Gibbs,
Say what?
you've once again blown my heart to shattered pieces.
This is just the best. She's the
We're going to do more voices for you. Please do not eat too long, because I don't want you to choke. And we think you're lovely, and we appreciate you. So, what do you say to this, friends?
Of course, that makes much sense, as I wouldn't want you not able to feed your lovely eggs, children, and we of course could offer some food. Tilly, how many bugs do you think would be an appropriate exchange that we could afford before we go making any promises that we can't?
It
Stand by.
drops down one branch lower to hear your opinion on this. Very interested in the economics of bug trading.
Well, and Tilly is looking very confused as to why she's suddenly doing so much of the thinking around here. But she says,
Oh, I don't really know how much food a single hatchling of a blue jay will take in a day or a month or a year or so. So I'm not really a good judge of that. But let's say we have a good 50 head of stag beetles back around. I won't tell you the location because I'm not a fucking idiot. But we have a good 50 head of stag beetles just in one location that I can think of off the top of my head. How far do you think maybe 25 stag beetles would take you?
Ooh, 25! My goodness, that's a lovely number. I'll give you the whole clutch. That's delicious.
Oh,
In exchange for how many eggs would you think would be a fair trade?
I think
How
I
does-
actually do want to keep just one, perhaps. So I'll give you 5.
Oh, excellent! That sounds like a deal.
That sounds like 5 beetles for one baby. I'm afraid. Luckily, my husband is away. But I'll just say a snake got them. They fell out.
Tilly has suddenly brightened up so much because she thinks, oh my god, we are practically stealing these eggs from this stupid ass bird.
And from there, she says, "Now when will you bring them back? To me! To eat!"
Tilly looks back at Etta and goes, how quickly can we get the bugs back here?
I think within the next, let's say, within the next week, we can have the bugs. We will take trips, of course, to make some of the bugs, and then you will deliver them to you, and then
Oh, I see.
we can have a second load, and so
We
forth.
can make the trade there just so that you have proof of our that we are as good as our word. We won't take the eggs until we come back with the payment, and you won't get the payment until we can leave with the eggs.
That's very good. I'll tell my husband to go pick up some more cranberries.
Oh,
I need what would make a good predator? Because I can't keep saying that the snake. Because Ronald, he doesn't come around here very often.
Ronald? Oh, maybe what eats eggs very often?
I know
Is it-
mice eat eggs. Those Mutter twins. All 5 of them are very awful creatures.
Hey, we can blame it on them. They're terrible people.
Oh
They're
yes, I
terrible
hate
people.
those mice. No offense, but they're a very crossbreed. Very bad stock. Those mice.
We try not to associate with them, my dear.
Not
You
as well dressed
understand.
as all of you are. You look so adorable in your little clothes.
My God.
Again, Edda just kind of like puffs up her cheeks and tries to look like as adorable as possible. Like, yeah, sure, if this works.
Tilly looks at Edda and attempts to do the same thing, but she's just such a scrawny little ball of anger that it doesn't quite have the same effect.
I love how angry she is, though. It's my favorite.
Oh my God.
So Newton gets an idea. Do we know anything about those 5 mice you're talking about?
You two don't. But you do know there are wild mice in the wild country that do not associate with any of the mice in the territories. Were Tilly or Ida there to meet the Mutter twins?
Tilly was there for it.
Tilly, you know that the Mutter twins are as you experienced, 5 mice. Only 2 of them seem to be twins, except for 2 others that one that you didn't see. But
Tilly glances back at the guy who was not the guys who were not here for it and goes, "That's okay. They're shifty little fuckers. It's no lives lost."
yeah, Mutter twins currently have an alliance with Tapper's Point, but it's very like tenuous. These mice tried to strong arm you guys to sort of like keep out of their radish field. But
Yeah, Tilly is very wild mousy herself, but even she doesn't trust them.
yeah, they seem to have a reputation around here.
So I'll go ahead and ask. You said it was Tilly that ran into them?
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead and ask Tilly if she think it'd be possible for us to take them on, get rid of them for the Blue Jay so that she would have to deal with them. And then we wouldn't have to deal with them either.
She
Sorry,
doesn't
say that-
understand what he's saying, but she's curious.
Say that one more time.
If we would be able to instead take out those mice, so that's a win-win-win for everyone and we don't have to deliver beetles.
You would also know that the beetles are the beetle farm belongs to Tapper's Point, and you don't know if they have 25 beetles on stock right now.
I think Tilly would have counted. She would have, maybe not 25, but she would have given the number that she knew that Tapper's Point had, and she would have halved that number.
Okay.
She looks at Newton when he asks that, and she says, "Oh, look, I'm just a tender boy. I don't actually know how to gauge the strength of an enemy or any of that, but they look like tufty little fuckers. I would not tassel with them, but you might do fine, but I don't know about the rest of us."
Were they well equipped as I?
No, they do not wear armor that is guard made. They sort of use like animal parts, like they use chitin hide and
They used a lot of bug armor. I don't know how that measures up to plate.
I have armor-wise, would I know?
Go ahead and give me an armor check, just sort of like a
Yeah.
knowledge.
Like Tilly describes what they were wearing, and then armor-wise would tell you what that means.
Yeah, so I think because you're armor-wise, you would understand, like, their armor might be described as light armor, which would give them, like, some defense, but your armor is clearly superior.
Okay.
Like, they seem to be clever in, like, using the animal parts that they get to their advantage, but it's nothing that the guards mice can that can compare.
Okay.
But right now, what do you guys do? Do you strike this deal? Or do you
Look
try to
around.
add to it to make it a little bit sweeter?
Well, Blue Jay already did agree to it, so there's
Yeah.
no point on our end to try and make it sweeter.
Exactly.
Unless the Blue Jay is showing some reluctance.
Okay.
No, not yet.
No.
So with that, you agree to start bringing beetles to her, 5 per egg. When and how do you want to do this?
Tilly looks to Etta because she's the smart one.
Well, we have a cart. What we can do is we can go back. We'll talk about the deal that has been struck, and we shall take the first 5 beetles, and then we'll exchange the eggs. If they can't afford more than 5 beetles at a time, we can do 5 beetles at a time for 1 egg, or we can do it all in one go. It depends on how big these beetles are, I assume.
I think you could also find more beetles in the wild. You could try to
Tilly can rustle things up because she has Insectress.
Ooh, I can help you actually.
Ooh.
Oh. Or we could do that if you wanted to do that. That seems a little bit more interesting.
I voice that it's. I don't think it's a good idea. If we take too long, in case the husband does come back and doesn't like losing eggs.
Well, if the bird did say that it was those wild mice, he might just go after the wild mice.
What if we arrange some sort of signal? Like we come back and somebody scouts ahead, and if the other bird is there, we send some sort of signal to the female, and then she can send him off on some errand, and we show ourselves when it's safe.
I like that. I turn back just because we don't quite know your husband, and we are tiny mice, and we are hurt easily. Would it be fair that when we came with the beetles, if your husband is there, we could give you some kind of signal to... Yes?
That's lovely, and you speak Blue Jay beautifully. Just pretend that you are an interloper, and he will go chase them off. Because we do not, this is our neighborhood, and we will not stand these fuckers from getting in our nest. This is our nesting spot.
Of course. You wouldn't want any fuckers coming around your nest.
No, keep those assholes out. I'll tell the I may now. You have to say something specific in Blue Jay, so I know it's you because I like to chase them off too.
Oh, of course.
How about? Good morning, you ugly fuckers! How's that sound?
I like that. It sounds very aggressive.
I love it.
Give it a try.
Wait, me?
Well, yes, you're the one that's speaking it this whole time. What if the little one isn't there? What if she gets pneumonia?
What if she gets pneumonia? Oh, I'm not nearly as aggressive as she is, of course. Of course, I could try.
Oh, come on! You just have to reach deep inside and find that devilish blue jay within all of us.
Tilly like thumps her with her elbow and says,
Pretend somebody nabbed that delicious bread from you and you're chasing after them.
Oh, wait, what was the phrase again?
Good morning, you ugly fucker.
Good morning, you ugly fuckers.
Oh, lovely. Now, please do not be offended by the things my husband says. He does a good job at heckling. That's why I married him. But now let's get to work. And she looks at the eggs, just make sure there's 6, and she says, "Okay, we're good. Go. I'll bring them down when you're ready to come pick them up. But I need the beetles."
Of course. I'm sorry, my dear. What was your name again? If you
my name is Wandra Washtard.
Wandra. What a lovely name. All right, we will be back with the beetles.
We'll be back with the payment, you piece of shit. Goodbye.
Farewell, you tiny little dung beetles. Okay, so now you need to go back.
oh my god, as they walk away, Tilly turns to Etta and just mouths,
They're suckers.
I wasn't expecting that to go as well as it did.
They're
Holy shit.
stupid.
And then they run. Everybody runs.
God. Okay, so I need. Here's what I need. I need an Insectress check.
I can make that happen.
How?
Do I have helping
now
dice?
here's one problem. Are you looking for these beetles in the wild, or are you going back to the beetle farm specifically to get them? That would change the check.
How about we look for them from the wild first, and if we can't find enough in the wild, we go back to Tapper's Point and try to make up the difference from stuff from the herd.
Okay. So somebody needs to make an Insectress check.
Me! I have highest Insectress.
I was about to say, Tilly, you got this.
Yeah, man!
I have none.
Oh no! How do you guys want to help if you can? There's not a lot that can help with Insectress.
I totally have Insectress.
Yay!
Okay, so
Can I try and leave out a little bit of bread wherever they track it?
ooh, try to use yeah, you can use baker like breadcrumbs.
Yeah, bake
Yeah,
something
you just
that...
have something left, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Newton, do you want to help somehow?
If scout or survivalist work, I can help that way.
Scout, I don't think you're used to hunting insects though. You're used to hunting things that hurt mice.
I mean, whatever works, man.
I mean, whatever works. But yeah, you can use Scout to help.
Okay.
So I think you're getting 3 helping dice, Miss Noodle. Now, how
Three
many are
helping
you
dice.
getting?
Oh. Can I also use my tough trait, because Tilly currently has 3 conditions, and she's gonna use her toughness to tough it all out and do a good job anyway.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Now, how many are you getting?
I start out with 3, and then I get 3 helping dice from my friendos, and then I have 1 from my traits. That's 4 helping dice total. 3 plus 4 is 7 because I'm good at math. Here we go. Oh,
I was gonna tell the obstacle really quick.
Well, what's the obstacle? Did she succeed or fail?
You failed.
Oh, what did I need? What did I need? I have so many points.
You needed 6.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I have a bunch of points. What points do you need to spend to refill the failures? Or reroll the failures?
If it's related to your Ys, you can use a Persona point to reroll all the failures, or you can use a Fate point to reroll 1.
ooh, can I use Old Ways Wise? Because she's an ant herd, and so her family has rustled bugs for generations,
Ooh.
and she knows this shit.
Okay, so you're using a Persona point to reroll 1, 2, 3, 4 dice.
Okay, let's see.
You need 3 more successes. Ah!
No! Hold on.
You can use a Fate point to reroll those 6s if you want.
Doing it. I'm doing
Oh
it.
my god.
I love
Hang on, let me.
This is
What
clutch.
was the one that I just spent? Was it a fate
Persona.
point or
It was a
one?
Persona.
Okay. Okay, I'll knock that down, and I'll knock down a fate point because I'm about to do that. And I spend a fate point to reroll those 2 6s, so that's 2 dice.
2 dice.
Okay, I'm doing it.
No.
How does this happen? No.
Rough.
Is there anything else that I can do?
No.
Dang it! I can't spend more points to try and do it again. It's only once.
You could have declared your nature was going to be added with a Persona point, but you gotta do that before you roll, sadly.
Shit! God damn it!
Just 2 successes from that high obstacle, sadly.
Wait,
Damn.
can I re-roll one of the failures?
Can you reroll one of the failures?
Because you said spend 1 point to re-roll 1 failure.
I'm not sure if I'm going to allow that because you already used that wise. You can't. I kind of thinking like
Okay,
you
it's
can't
either
just
one or
use
the
the
other.
wise to say, oh, I'm even wiser than that.
Oh, okay, those are both wise functions. Gotcha.
By the way, is the stream up for you guys? Is it still good?
Yeah, it's still going.
Okay, thank goodness. It's paused on my end. But I'll just read it.
Ruh-roh.
But Tilly, you did your best. I'm so sorry.
She tried so hard and it just wasn't enough.
All right, so here's what's gonna happen. You start hunting for these beetles, and question: how much time do you guys have for the rest of the session? Do you think?
I'm free for the rest of the evening.
Okay.
Yeah, should be good for like a couple more hours.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. You start looking for these beetles, and after a while you start finding like a good number. You find them sort of clustered in one little hole, sort of all of them just like scrambling around. It's a moist place, and you start trying to like, you know, do like a little hooting call to sort of like gather them around, and everybody else is like, oh, yep, we're gonna help. Here's some breadcrumbs, I'm gonna keep an eye out. And it is then that, Newton, you see that this hole that these beetles have sort of like discovered and wandered into, it's not just a hole. It is a snake burrow. I'm invoking a twist. As Tilly is leading these mice out with her little, like, her Celtic call, you see in the darkness is a shifting black form with two beady eyes and a long forked tongue that just flickers out. And quickly, this large snake rolls itself out. And then we are going to go into a conflict.
Yay!
So,
With is this the hole that she's looking into?
yes.
Okay.
And the snake has come out. So here's what's going to happen. We are in a conflict. This means that you guys are going to fight. You're going to fight this snake that has come out. And here's what's going to happen. You're all on one team. You need to tell me what your goal is for this fight. Just like a goal for a session, but you need to make a goal for this fight. The snake is also going to have a goal. Its goal is to... It is going to try to drive off these interlopers and protect its den at all costs.
Do we write down this goal? Or...
That is the snake's goal. That's its goal.
No, I mean, do we write down our goal?
Yes, you do, but it's going to be everybody's goal. All of you need to talk about what you want out of this conflict right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, before we start, because of the way conflicts work, it works best when there are 3 members on a team, but we're a patrol of 4. So, especially since Silly is the Tenderpaw, and she has like 3 out of 5 conditions, and she's the one in charge of the beetles, would it be okay if she like sat this one out? Like she saw the snake and was like, oh shit, gotta protect the beetles!
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that actually can happen. Like, a player can totally be like, I'm not a part of this conflict, bye.
Yeah.
So, this is going to be a little bit easier for you guys, since conflicts are how we resolve the higher stakes obstacles for the mice of the mouse territories and whatnot. Here's what's going to happen. What do you guys want out of this goal? Do you want to just get the beetles out, or do you want to kill the snake? Do you want to make the snake go away, or what?
I was gonna say, run away!
Do you want to...
No. So we need the beetles. Or we can still just go back to the...
Because right now the snake is attacking you, so you guys
Is this a fight conflict or a chase conflict?
This, actually, that's a good point. You guys can either make this a fight conflict or a chase conflict.
I think with my fearless, I would have like jumped in the way to protect Tilly.
Exactly.
And Henrik's just kind of looking to the best example. It kind of looks to Newton, and we'll back him up in whatever Newton does. Just remembering a lot of his training, even though he's gotten really soft being a baker.
Oh yeah. So what do you guys are fighting this thing, or are you trying to run away with the beetles?
Tilly is trying to run away with the beetles, but
Okay,
she's not part of this.
So that's what she's doing. You guys will not be able to get the beetles if you do not fight. That's what I'm making this twist.
Yeah. That's what I was guessing.
Yeah, because these beetles are slow. You need to drive this thing off, or it's just going to like...
Yeah.
It's mad.
I'm
And
thinking we
hissing all the
either
while.
need to kill it or make it go away so that we can get beetles and more if possible.
Okay, so it sounds like your guys' goal is going to be drive off this snake, either by killing it or making it scare it away, so we can save the beetles. So that's going to be your goal. Now we have to figure out the disposition of the fight. That means like our HP points. So one of you has to be the team captain. You have to roll your fighter or hunter, and then you're going to add your successes to your health. So this is sort of a way to figure out, okay, who is the highest fighter, but who also has the highest health. Because you never know. You might roll really bad and you'll just be using your health. I'm gonna roll for the snake really quick so we can figure out its disposition.
I vote for Newton.
I never roll well with comics. the snake,
Beautiful.
the snake has 7.
Newton has 5 health and 6 fighter.
Oh, if only Pepperjack was here.
I know, right?
So 6 fighter. What is your health?
5.
5. I think you can go ahead and be the team captain. You're getting 2 helping dice from your friends, so you're rolling 8 dice in total, unless you want to use a trait for this.
The fearless one?
Yeah.
Okay. So would that be 9?
That would be 9 dice. Go ahead and give us a roll. So you're
Nice!
you are going to have a total of 11.
Wow.
Alright, so here's what happens next. We need to figure out what your actions are going to be during this fight. Now, everybody, since there are 3 of you, that works perfectly, because we do this in volleys. In every volley there are 3 actions, and only 1 character can take 1 action per volley. So you need to figure out who's going in what order and what action you are going to take. So here are the 4 actions that you can use. You can use attack, which means I'm going straight for their disposition. I'm doing whatever it takes to bring them down to 0, because that's the only way to end a conflict, is to bring it down to 0. Or you could do defend and instead do the exact opposite. You can sort of try to add your successes to your disposition instead of trying to use your successes to take off. Or you could do a feint. Now, this is sort of like a rock, paper, scissors scenario, because feint allows you to negate an enemy's defend action. That means they don't get to defend. They do not roll. You roll all your attack dice in that case. But if it's against an attack, then you're the one who does not get to roll, because unfortunately they saw through your feint and took advantage of it, and now, oh no, you're bleeding. There's one last action you can take, which is maneuver. Now, maneuver is used to sort of set up the next action. You can do one of 3 things with that, depending on how many successes you get. With 1 success, you can take a -1 to hamper the opponent, and they'll have -1 in their next roll. Or, if you get 2 successes, you could give your next player with the next action +2 dice. Or, you can disarm your opponent for 3 successes of one of their weapons.
So this is a snake, you can't really disarm it, can you?
Actually, yes. Animals have natural weapons. This snake has fangs, and its stench is also instills this fear instinctually in mice.
Okay.
You could like blind it, you can knock its teeth out, there's stuff you can do.
Yep. So,
Things.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and figure out the snake's actions, and now it's your turn. I've got it. You guys
and this is where we decide what order we go in?
Exactly. And when you decide that order, it's going to stay in that order for the rest of the conflict.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh.
Now, here's the thing. Attack and feint can only use fighter and hunter, but defend and maneuver can use nature and lore mouse.
If we're gonna do defender maneuver, I have pretty high lore mouse and
Nature?
yes. So
it sounds like Abby's character should be on the defense and maneuver, setting you guys up or defending you if you take damage.
Okay.
Henrik does have 2 fighter, so he can kind of help hit.
Okay, good. By the way, you do get helping dice from your fellow mice in the volley, so each of these rolls are going to have +2, okay? So how do you guys want to order yourselves? And you also got to consider what the snake is going to do.
yeah. Okay. Any suggestions?
I think I would react since I'm already up there, and like swing at it.
Yep, you could
Okay.
do that. So do you want to go
Okay.
first with your axe as an attack action?
Yeah.
Cool. Your axe
Alright.
also gives you a +1 success, by the way.
Cool.
So that's really awesome. Then for Sweet Oat, what weapon do you have?
Sling.
So your sling gives you +1 to your maneuvers.
Okay.
Now that's how your weapon works, but you can still do attacks and all the other stuff.
Okay.
By the way, your axe, Newton, gives you -1 to defend and -1 to feint. I believe that's dice, but it gives you +1 success with your attacks. So, as I understand it, it's going to be Newton first with an attack, and then it's going to be who?
If you want me to, I can either set something up for you, Heinrich, or if you want to go, I could just kind of defend. What's it called? You guys until the turn starts over.
Yeah. So it could be Newton, then it could be Henrik, and then it could be Ida.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
All right. So what are your actions going to be?
So maneuvers can be a disarm, you said?
Yes.
Um,
But you have to get 3 successes, and sometimes it can be a versus test.
okay.
So each success might bounce off of each other depending on how many you guys get.
Alright, is maneuver a skill, or is that part of fighter?
It's an action. It's one of the actions
Okay.
you can take during a conflict.
Okay, alright. Yeah, he'll try and, like, knock out one of its fangs with a rock in a
Alright.
sling.
And then, Abby, your character is going to defend at the last action,
Yep.
right? Okay.
Yep.
So are we all set?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. The snake's first action is maneuver. And Newton is
snap.
attacking. So Newton, here's what you need to do. This is going to be a versus test. So what you need to do is count your dice, which are 6 because of your fighter. And what's going to happen next is you're getting +2 from each of your fellow mice. So that's a
Okay.
total of 8. Do you want to use a trait for this?
What kind of maneuver is it doing?
We don't know yet. It'll have to
Okay.
try to roll and see if it succeeds. Your attacks, because it's a versus test, your successes are going to subtract from each other. So if you get enough, you'll be able to do damage. If it gets enough, it might be able to set itself up.
Am I able to use defender in this moment, or?
Yeah, because you're defending your friends by attacking. So
And you've dealt with predators before. You have experience because you're a defender, so.
So that's just another +1.
Yep, so you're rolling 9 dice so far. Do you want to use anything else? I will tell you this. There's another special thing you can do. You have
Does
1
it?
persona point.
Mhm.
Now, you can use persona points to give yourself an immediate +1 per persona point. Or you can decide, I'm going to use my persona point to tap my mouse nature. Now, your mouse nature is 4, so if you want, you can add 4 dice to this because you can tap your nature for any roll. But because it's not a mouse thing, it's going to go down by 1. So do you want to add 4 to your roll with this persona point?
No.
Alrighty.
Does my shield help in this case, or no?
Shield helps with defend.
Okay.
The defend action. While you're attacking, I'm afraid not.
Alright. So just 9 dice total.
Yep, I'm rolling for the snake. Here we go. 3 successes. Okay, that's what I got.
Hey!
So, yeah.
Yes.
4. Okay, so you are able to completely overwhelm it. Now, because this is a versus test, you are only able to do 1 damage.
Okay.
So, because 4 minus 3 is 1, so it now has 6 disposition. And we're to the second action. Attack! The snake is attacking. And you're maneuvering, correct?
Correct.
Alrighty, so go ahead and get your dice ready. Are you rolling with your lore mouse or your nature?
Nature.
Nature, got it. Alrighty, it's another versus test, so what's your nature?
6.
Plus 2 is 8. Do you want to use a trait or anything?
No, I don't think they would apply.
Alrighty, so let's
Does
roll. Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
Oh my god.
Alright, so here's what you can do. You will be able to get a disarm as well as an impede. So not only are you going to disarm the snake, you're going to be able to give it a -1 next turn. So
Haha.
here is what we'll do. The snake has fangs, and it also has its smell. So do you want to disarm its fangs?
Yeah, so I don't think I can disarm its smell.
I
Unless,
know.
like,
Throw bread at it.
Oh yeah, you
perfume.
Cover it
Perfumed
with the
bread.
smell of the delicious bread.
Yes.
bread.
Food conquers all.
Panic! No, but
Going
yeah,
for-
just with the disarm of the fangs.
Oh, nice. So you're using your sling as well.
Yeah, just-
Oh, actually, you got. Did you add your +1d for maneuver? Because
No.
because of your sling.
I did not.
Go ahead and roll it. Let's see if you get something out of that.
Hey-yo.
Snap.
Hey!
Okay, so this is unfortunate.
Oh.
I mean, it's actually so you can choose between giving it a -1 next turn, or you can give a +2 to Abby.
I think the -1 would be...
-1. Okay. So
Yeah.
from here, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get a rock in your sling. You're gonna whack it just as it opens its jaws. It sort of came out of the burrow and sort of like lifted itself up to just like gaze at all of you, and it's going to like lash out at the armored mouse, sort of standing, keeping it at bay with his axe. And you whack it in the mouth right as it darts down, and it sort of recoils. You broke that jaw clean, that tooth clean off.
Henrik just has like tears rolling the entire time.
Oh my god.
All right, Abby, it's attacking,
Ah!
Oh snap!
but it has a -1. So get your dice
Okay.
ready. Boom. Oh,
Oh!
Wow.
snake.
Really?
Snake.
This snake
Did we
is.
like wake it up or something? It is not on its game.
Yeah. Okay.
Just wait till next volley, baby.
Oh,
You
So-
using your nature?
yes.
Okay.
So I've got 5, then plus the 2, and
7.
then whatever.
What's your weapon, by the way?
Weapons of sling.
Sling? You also get
Hey.
+1.
Oh, cool. 7, so 8. And does light armor do anything or nah?
Light armor is... Oh! Let me actually check, because I think armor will give you guys more disposition, possibly. Let me check. But not for you, because you didn't roll for disposition.
That's fine.
Let me see. But go ahead and roll whenever you're ready.
Okay. So I've got 8 total.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh. Oh, I
Hey.
got 3.
Hey!
3. Okay. So its attack is rebuffed by another sling that bounces against its big nose.
Take that.
It's not having a good day.
Oh, no. Alright, so... Yeah, so armor actually absorbs 1 point of damage struck on you by a weapon during the conflict. So yeah, armor does help. But heavy armor can do it all the time. Light armor can only do it once.
Okay. So basically, it's 1 point of damage that we can.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
negate.
You only once. If it's against Newton, he can do it whenever. So speaking of that, it's the next volley. Let's figure it out. Who's doing what?
Alright.
Guess I'll attack again.
Oh, Gibbs, thank you for everything you do. We really
Oh,
appreciate
yay!
it. And You were the best, and my heart is lifted up so hard by everything you do, okay? You be happy. I love you, Gibbs. And from there, now that I've got my heart figured out, I have the snake's actions. Go ahead, guys, figure it out. How are you taking down the snake? It's at 6 currently.
So Newton's attacking again. Henrik, do you want to maneuver again, or do you want to try to defend this time?
Maneuver it did pretty well, so
I was about to say, yeah.
I'm gonna keep with that. It's pretty good. I have a high nature, so I think I'll keep with that.
Alrighty, so attack, maneuver, and then Abby, what is your character doing?
I'm gonna defend again.
Alrighty, so let's get started. What are you doing, Newton? Attacking?
Yeah.
It is also attacking. When attacks go against each other, they just go straight through. So, here's the snake's attack. Total of 6 successes, okay. You can't mitigate, you can only mitigate one of those, so it's going to be 5 damage against you. That means you guys are down to 6, same as the snake.
And am I rolling the same?
Yep,
Oh,
you're gonna, except for your trait. Your trait is not gonna be helping you this time, because you already burned it.
So it's the 6
plus 2, yeah, 8. So you're just rolling 8. Oh, plus 1 success because of your axe.
Okay.
So
it's still 8 though, right?
Yeah, it's still 8.
Ooh, ready?
3. Okay. That's very
Plus
cool.
1, right?
It occurs to me that we haven't been describing what happens with these rolls.
Yeah, the snake has been buffeted by the slingers in the back. So what do you do in the moment of distraction that it has trying to get past you with your axe?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Because
it's going. Here's the thing. It's going to do a really good attack on you guys, but you also get to get an attack on it as well. So here's what it's going to do. It's going to sort of storm past you and knock all of you over, and just sort of try to knock you down. Try to put you at a disadvantage. So its huge size is just too much for you guys. Even your armor is it's just not enough to stop this thing from barreling past you guys, as it sort of whips around and knocks you guys over. What do you do while it does this?
I guess since I'm in the lead, as he pushes past me and I fall to the ground, I'll swipe at him with my axe.
Yeah.
Across the side.
And as its black scales sort of move past you, you sort of lift up and bring it down, and the whole body tenses. The snake has 3 disposition left. You guys have 7?
4. I do want to point out that he's supposed to get a -1, right?
No, that was last. That was the last action. It only lasts for 1 action.
Okay, and then you counted my +1 for the X for the 4 successes.
Oh no, I didn't. So it's at 2. Okay then.
Oh
Okay.
snap!
Snapperuno. All right,
Man, you
mister.
got him right in the vital.
All right,
we
mister.
would have 5, I think. Yeah.
It is time for that maneuver. Yes.
It is.
The snake is attacking. It is
Oh snap!
deadly. Here's its roll.
All right.
This is a versus
Beat
test,
4.
by the way.
Get more than 4.
So it's what's it called? 9d6? Because 6 nature, 2 helping me, and 1 from my sling.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right.
And have you used a trait? You said that there's no traits that could help you.
No.
I think you used all of them as well.
Oh no.
Compassionate, but I don't.
I don't think you counted that.
I don't think I
You
did.
didn't. No, because it was for me helping.
Yeah, because you wanted to help with it like a skill, but unfortunately you can only use it to sort of give your own rolls flavor.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and use my hard worker trait, because we've been working so hard for everything.
Just pushing
Get
through
these
it.
It's all
beetles.
for eggs.
Powering through.
It's
It's
all
all
for
for
that
eggs.
gab croon.
All for this gab croon.
Bread.
Bread.
Delicious
Dedication
bread.
to your craft.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right,
it's time.
time to roll, baby. Let us know.
6.
Hey!
So
Yes.
here's what you can do. Do you want to give Abby 2 successes? Or +2 dice for her next roll?
I mean, I'll take 2 successes.
Or do you want to
Uh,
hamper the snake by 1? You could do either one of
Uh,
those.
I'll give her +2.
+2.
Mhm.
Okay. Abby, you're defending, correct?
Yes.
Okay, the snake is fainting.
Shoot!
Oh
So here's
Oh,
what
no!
happens. The snake barrels past you guys, and as it does this, this dutiful baker sort of reloads the sling and like rolls it again, and it hits its eye, and it sort of like rolls over for a moment, almost as though it's like severely wounded. But then it
Aw, man.
uses this moment to put Ida off guard, and then it snaps at you.
Ah! I don't like this.
And you do not get to roll at all.
Oh, I'm just a tiny mouse.
Oh, 3 successes. This is
Oh
rough.
my god.
Okay, so you guys are at 3, the snake is at 2.
Oh,
Alright,
shit.
it's
Okay.
clutch time.
Alright,
All right.
that's the end of that volley. Third volley. Alright, I have the snake's actions. You guys now have to decide what you're going to do. The snake is at 2, you are at 3. What do
Oh,
you
shit.
do?
Shit.
Try to deal the killing blow.
Alright, so you're going to attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Henrik's gonna try and defend. Wait, what skills go into defend? Nature?
Nature or lore mouse, yes.
Okay.
So you're going.
I'll try and defend.
You're defending. Abby, what are you doing?
The maneuver at this point wouldn't really do a lot.
You could set
Oh, would
up. You could set up Newton for the next volley if you survive it. You don't know what the snake is gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah, if we survive it, I'll do. Yeah, I'll do the maneuver.
Okay. So attack, maneuver, defend, maneuver, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Ah.
The snake is
I hope I made the
defending.
right choice.
Oh boy.
First action, snake is defending. This is a versus test, Newton. You still have that option to tap your nature if you want. 5 successes.
I'd tap your nature, dude.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
So if I tap it, I get +4 dice.
That is
Yeah.
that is exactly correct. You
Okay.
would, however, reduce your nature by 1 by the end of this.
Is that permanent?
Nope, you
It's
can
not
recover
permanent.
it. You can recover it another time.
Okay.
So you're rolling 12, I think.
Yeah. That's the cost of 1 persona.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so 12 and then
This-
+1 success.
This could decide it.
Mm,
That's
wait,
5.
it's 5 and 5?
4 versus 5. It's gonna recover 1, so you're both at 3. So you
Oh man.
you see Abby. Here's what happens. When it attacked you with its jaws open, you felt its one fang bite into you, and you were lodged in its mouth as it just starts thrashing you about.
Oh!
And then Newton, you see this.
Mhm.
What do you do?
I run up, and is it like kind of in the air? You said thrashing.
Yeah, it's sort of like flailing her about.
Okay, so yeah, run up to it and kind of jump as high as I can and slash under its head.
Okay. The white underscales are suddenly blossoming with this red spray as your axe just crashes against it as you jump up. Its grip loosens around you, Ida, but you feel this this hole that its fang put in you is just ouch. This is your first battle wound, and it sucks.
I'm not enjoying this.
No, it's not fun. You're just having a bad day.
Right,
it's really bad.
It recoils back, sort of coiling around itself again, ready for whatever happens next. Defend, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm attacking.
Oh boy!
Here we go.
All right.
Oh shit.
This
is a versus test.
So it's my nature +2. So 6, right?
Yep.
When Henrik sees Abby get grabbed.
Yeah, this is horrifying.
Or Edda, I guess.
I don't think. Like, have you ever fought a snake before? Your character?
He's seen them, but he's normally coward.
He has seen them be fought, but he hasn't been there himself.
Yeah, just kind of like, But he's gonna use his compassionate trait. Because he just sees Edda get grabbed and he's just like, no!
He gets a sudden rush of courage because his compassion for Ada overcomes his fear.
Yeah.
Actually, I forgot. Ida has light armor, so it would be knocked off once. So you guys have 4 instead of 3.
Good,
so
good.
This means you are 4 versus 3 with the snake. Go ahead and roll your defend.
All right, so 6 my nature, +2 plus the 1 for my trait, correct? So 9. Right.
You can't use your trait again, sadly.
I used hard worker before, or can you only use one trait?
You can only use the trait, burn the trait once to give you a +1. But you can use your nature to help you, certainly.
Alright, so use a persona point.
Yep, to tap that nature.
Okay. To get +4? Or plus my nature?
What is your current nature?
6.
6? The whole thing. It will be reduced to 5, however.
Okay.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll... What was it? Your nature, which is currently 6, plus 2, 8, 13 dice.
Huh. Good luck, everyone.
Let's go.
Yes!
Yeah!
Alright, so now you guys are at 7.
Yes!
How do you step up and drive the snake back after it literally picked one of you up and just went crazy?
Henrik just like eyes closed, like holds his paws up and just runs, and just like his fat body just jumps on the snake and it just like
oh no! So you're on top of it.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Just crying.
Ride the kaiju! Ride it!
Just crying.
Oh my god. Okay. Abby.
Okay. Maneuver.
All right. Attack.
Okay.
You got this, Abby.
Okay, I got this. I totally got this.
3 successes.
Okay.
Do you want to use anything else?
Okay, so I've got 5, and I'm trying to think.
This is down to the wire.
Yeah, I know.
You're wounded. Like, your light armor is pierced with this long, sinking wound that is starting to just leak blood.
No, because I used Inquisitive for my traits already.
No, that was Quick Wits. That was the Quick Witted. So you have Inquisitive left over.
Because I would need Quick Wit. I can't think of anything Inquisitive besides I'm inquisitive to see if we live through this encounter.
That's a stretch. It's a good afterthought.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got the 5 nature plus the 7, and that is it. It's okay. Okay, come on. Oh!
You guys take 1 damage. 6 versus 3. Next volley. You are
Even with
unable
the
to
light-
get.
Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, you're unable to get any. This snake is now curled up, even though it has. Even though it has this big, this little round mouse on top of it, just wailing, sort of like oh. It's still determined to get you guys, and it's sort of as you sort of get ready to like step in front, you're just buffeted back once more as it sort of uses its whole body to push past you, knocking you guys down, trying to put you at a disadvantage. Next volley. I have it. I got everything. It's your turn.
Shit.
All right. What are you doing, Newton?
How many health does the snake have?
It
Or how
has
many
3.
points?
It has 3.
That's super.
FL Social Worker, thank you for following. We are treating these mice appropriately. Please do not call it government. Or PETA.
Don't take our mice away.
Don't take our mice away. Even though one of them is a tender paw. She's not even in the conflict. She's fine.
So everyone's like,
There's no child abuse here.
No.
yeah, I'm just gonna attack.
All right, you're going to attack. What are you doing?
Henrik's gonna attack as well.
Okay.
Oh.
Interesting. And Abby, what are you doing?
Defend. I
Attack,
am
attack, defend. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what's going to happen. Action 1, the snake is maneuvering. So this is going to be my dice versus your dice, Newton. The snake
come on,
has
Newton.
knocked... Oh wait, I did that wrong. I'm going to count that a roll, though. Just 1 success.
Wow.
Alright. So go ahead and roll your dice, sir. The snake has sort of pushed past all of you, once again knocking the now wounded Ida down. Henrik is holding on for dear life, and Newton stands his ground. Wow.
Oh,
+1, right?
that's it. That's it.
I think that's
Done.
it. Is it? Because the snake
Yeah,
had
'cause
3, correct?
It was down to 3.
Okay.
It was down to 3, yeah.
So here's how it's going to happen. You got just the right amount of successes, and you lost about half of your original disposition. So the snake loses. But conflicts are not good. They are nasty, and they hold within them consequences, even if you win. Because the snake was able to take you down, guys, by half by the end of this conflict, it is going to get a compromise. So what it really wanted was to drive you guys off and just, like, make sure you never came back. Make sure you carried with you something to remember not to mess with it. It is going, however, not going to be killed, I think. I think it is going to escape with its life, but it will abandon this burrow.
But it's -1.
Yes, but you guys are 7.
Yeah, like, it did a good number on
Yeah.
us. So.
Oh, yeah.
It had me in its mouth.
So this is sort of where we sort of talk about the compromise. Is that a good compromise for you guys? The snake is going to leave its burrow, it's going to run away, and you guys are going to unfortunately have some conditions.
That sounds good
But
to
nobody's dead.
Nobody's
me.
dead.
Yes. As long as nobody's dead, I feel like that is.
And the beetles have been escorted
Collected.
away.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Tilly has managed to escape while you guys were holding off the snake. She's escaped to open ground, and she's like got the beetles corralled in a very chaotic circle, and she's doing this weird little dance around them that's confusing them, and they're milling around, but they're staying in a circle because there's this mouse, and it's like circling them and making weird movements.
I love it.
Nice.
I'm good with that compromise.
Okay,
I'm
so
good, yeah.
here's
It's like
what's
we're
gonna
all
happen.
alive.
I think you guys are gonna be Yeah, you're going to be tired, but Abby, you are going to be injured instead.
Okay.
So Abby is injured. Newton and Henrik are tired.
Okay.
Okay. So here is what we do next. We go to the player. We kind of go to the player's turn, I guess. Go ahead and you guys tell me what you guys do now. Now that you've taken care of the snake, I'd say you can take your beetles to the blue jay. I'm gonna say you got about. I'm gonna say by the end of this, you're gonna get 10.
Well, after Henrik falls from the snake's head, he's just like on the ground, just breathing, his chest and stomach both inflating, deflating, just constantly moving. And then he's gonna get up and he's gonna try and I have some points in healer. If I don't know if I can do anything to help Ida.
Yeah, I'd say you can roll your healer. I think it's obstacle 3.
Okay, I have 3 in healer.
Ooh, Tilly can help. She also has 3 in healer.
Good. Newton, do you have anything that can help?
Do you have survivalist?
I do.
Yeah, he could help like gather like herbs or something to splint a wound with.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah. And also find a safe place for you guys to hunker down while you try to fix poor Ida.
You guys are so sweet. Thank you. And as she's doing this, she's like clutching her side where the snake bit her. Like, you didn't have to do that. I don't know you guys, but you attacked the snake for me, and then you, Henrik, you jumped on the snake.
I did.
It was so brave. Oh my goodness.
It was.
It was. We were alive. But ow, thank you.
I slap Henrik's back and say, you should have joined the wrestling team.
I mean, they always said because I was big that I should have, always focus more on fighting. But I mean, just sometimes it's all about, just making sure everyone's all right. I think.
Go ahead and roll your healer, buddy. You're getting 2 helping dice.
So that's 5?
Yep. This is going to be your check, by the way, for the player's turn.
Alright.
Success!
Ah.
Ida,
Yikes.
after a little while of being tended to by Henrik, you are no longer injured. The hole wasn't very deep, thankfully. Only the entry wound was the biggest threat. You're fairly certain it's not going to go rotten or anything like that. So you're patched up.
Perfect.
Yep.
Is there any way to make people not tired? Are they tired right now?
They have to make a health check, sadly.
Okay, it's all good.
Can I keep the fang that I knocked from the snake's mouth?
Yeah. Oh, dude, add fang to your gear.
Yay!
Nice.
Make a weapon out of it. Find somebody with armor. Wait, not armor. Wait, no, it is armor.
No, it is armor. You're correct.
Yeah, find somebody with armor and make a weapon out of it.
No, Newton, don't you have armor?
Yes.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, snap.
Everybody has 1 check, by the way. Go ahead and declare what you want to do. I'm going to consider the mission a success because you'll be able to. I'm not going to make you roll to bring the beetles back to the blue jay because that's what the conflict was for, to get the beetles out. That was the twist.
Cool, awesome. When this isn't necessarily like, oh, this is the next check that's made, but whenever they manage to get the beetles to the thing and make the trade, as they're bringing the cart back to Tapper's Point with the eggs, Tilly climbs into the cart with the eggs to make sure that nothing happens to them, and then falls asleep. So can I make a health check to try and get rid of tired?
Yes. Go ahead and give me that health check.
Let's see. Health.
If there were snake eggs in that hole.
That would be hilarious.
No.
I don't know if I can.
Probably doesn't taste the same.
You could roll to see if there are snake eggs. You can make a scout check.
So just 2?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Ooh, unfortunately, that's not enough, Tilly.
Urgh.
Very sorry.
No amount of naps
You are forever
can make her not
tired. I'm
tired.
so sorry. Let me see. Oh yeah, unfortunately. No, you fail. I'm sorry.
Do bad things happen because I failed that roll?
Oh, it remains until the next GM's turn.
Oh.
Your tire condition remains with you through the next GM's turn. I'm sorry. You don't recover it. At all.
Okay.
Even next GM's turn. I'm so sorry.
Okay, but nothing like bad happens as a result. Like I don't like lose a limb because of it or anything.
No, you don't.
Okay, good.
Nothing horrible happens. Does anybody want to help look for the snake eggs with Newton?
Yeah.
If you have Lore Mouse or Hunter, I would allow it. Also Scout.
I have 2 in Scout.
I've got
I
3 in
can help.
Lore Mouse.
I can help with Scout.
Alright, only one of you can help with Scout, but
Lore Mouse.
Lore Mouse. Okay, so you're getting 2 helping dice, so roll 2 more dice.
Oh.
Oh.
Does Tilly want to help?
Hold on. What was the roll for again?
Finding snake eggs in the burrow.
Oh. I have. Wait, is someone already helping with Scout?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless
Okay.
you want to help with something else.
I have. Would Laborer do anything? Because I have Lore Mouse, but that's already being used. I have Scout, but that's already being used.
I think Laborer would work. We'll see if it works. Go ahead and roll for me.
Okay, yeah.
One more dice. One more dice, Newton.
Oh!
Ah,
You sort of glance.
snake eyes.
Yeah, you sort of glance through here, and looks like the burrow's empty. It looks
Darn.
like in time it might have been used for a snake den for eggs, but unfortunately it looks like you guys it's a little early. But in maybe a short time it would have. But now the snake is gone, so the snake's not going to come back to this burrow, sadly. But you get a oh by the way, have you guys been marking down your passes and fails for your tests?
No.
Okay, so I do know you had a Pathfinder that you got a pass on. So Henrik would get a pass. You just failed a Scout roll, Newton. So make sure you mark a fail on your Scout. You guys can take a pass or fail for either of the skills you rolled during the conflict. Only one though.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Fighter cannot be leveled up to past 6. But go ahead and mark it anyways. We might do something special for people who have 6 Fighter.
Okay.
And then I think Ida and Tilly did most of the other rolls, so I think you guys are all caught up. Abby,
I failed an infectious roll, but that's it.
Abby, I think you are the last one with the check. What do you want to do?
I am going to kind of make sure, I'm gonna go with Henrik and make sure that all of the eggs and everything that he has absolutely everything he needs, because god damn it, I almost got eaten for these eggs. I am going to eat the best, most delicious bread I have ever had in my life, and I am going to make sure it happens.
How?
Oh my god.
How?
I'm literally, when we're going back from the cart, or while we're going back, I'm kind of going with him, and so whenever he goes to make the bread, I'm going to literally be right behind him. Do you need any help?
Well, I mean, sometimes just passing ingredients from, one place to another, sometimes it helps me out a lot.
I can pass ingredients.
So this sounds
Excellent.
like you're making a cook check?
Baker check?
Or a baker check.
Sure.
For Abby.
Mhm.
Oh.
This is baking, so it's specifically baking.
Okay.
So are you trying to learn baker?
Yes.
You could instead
Sure.
do a resources check, just to sort of try to do some trading in Tapper's Point, to try to get more ingredients for him.
That might
We
be...
did get a truckload of eggs.
Because it's really like, yeah, you could do that, but what do you want to roll to do that? That's the real question.
Exactly. Yeah, I
By
want
the
to...
way, When you get back with the eggs after you do the transaction, she's very happy. Well, thank you. Here are my children. You get back, and Tapper's Point at this point is in a bit of a. I think it's good, but people are obviously busy. They're all very tired from their work that each of them have been doing. I get the feeling that you would have to go to the bakery that they set up for you. So you go inside, immediately you're sort of given this ugly stare.
Oh no.
The mouse that is currently in this sort of like cafeteria, he is a... I keep forgetting, I need to write down what fur they are.
He's a black fur, I
He's a
think.
black fur? Okay. So you see this black fur wearing an apron behind this big counter where people can be served their food. You notice that he looks very somber, and you see that there, anybody who hasn't been here or has been here before, there's been a new section added behind him. It's out of view from everybody else, and they added some ventilation for some of the oven smoke and whatnot. It's actually, this is a fairly good area for you to work. It's smaller than Lockhaven's ovens, and this one's not as, you know, it's not as, well, it's new, so you gotta work a bit to get used to it, but it's pretty homely. But this mouse that's currently frying and grilling and sort of like spicing up some different bug parts, basically, has sort of been giving you like a very cautious stink eye. But you're okay to start working if you want.
Well, I'm going to introduce myself to that mouse. Hi, I'm Henrik Sweetoat. I was sent here to be your assistant chef. I hope we can work together well and make some really good food.
He sort of glowers at you and says, "Oh, finally got to get the chance to come to my kitchen," and he just sort of assesses you very quickly. And he says, "Well, we don't have much things like Lockhaven does, so I hope you'll be able to make do."
Well, I mean...
And as I understand it, you're just taking over baking. They couldn't have asked me to do it, but instead they bring someone from across the entire territories just so that they can come bake stuff. So that's your side over there. This is my side. I own this. This is where I am judge and jury.
Testy, testy.
Well, I'll make sure I don't do anything without your permission.
I'm so
I'll come up to Heinrich, shake him by the shoulder, and chuckle, and say, "This man just jumped on a snake and wrestled it down with his bare hands. He's going to be the executioner of flavor in this place."
Oh!
And he kind of sizes you up, and he says, "Ah, then where's the snake?"
Heinrich?
"Where is the snake? I could cook a snake stew if you had brought it back. I could feed this place for weeks by a single snake."
Well, I mean, I was just able to scare it off, and I hold up the snake fang.
Snake fang. He sort of like crosses his arms and he says, "Yeah, well, it makes sense that he'd be executing flavor instead of snakes. I guess you never found that place in the garden. Congratulations."
Thank you.
And then he just like turns around and says, "Ida, I'm sorry. Here's your grasshopper. Like, sorry it took so long."
Oh, and I go over and I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much, Mikhail. Have you met Henrik? He saved my life. Oh yeah. I'm pulling this.
His
and
eyes
I was gonna die!
I pull it to myself and I'm like, that snake was about to eat me. I was in its mouth, and then that brave mouse over there jumped on the snake, and he saved my life. And it was so scary, Mikkel. And I know that he's taking up space, and I know that it's new for you, but he's very, very sweet, and I would love for you to get along, because you make so lovely food, and I'm sure he could too.
So...
Oh my god, Edda!
Here's what I want from Edda. You need to make a persuasion check.
Okay.
You're getting help from that conflict, so you get plus 1d, because holy fuck, that's a big deal.
You have a story.
You have a story.
have a story.
Does anybody else want to help with this? Be aware, you will be tied to the consequences if she happens to fail. And the obstacle is 3, which is his will.
I think Tilly would help, except she's like passed out on a table somewhere.
Yeah.
In the room.
I mean, so wait, she's just rolling to persuade him about the story? Or-
Yeah, she's rolling to persuade.
to
rolling
persuade him to
cool
change his
off,
opinion.
to change his
Yes.
opinion. He's gonna actually be rolling as well, sadly. But it's not very high. So who else wants to help with this?
I have Orator. Does that help?
Are there other people in this place? Like, have people come to get lunch or
I'd
something?
say at this point, yeah, lots of
Yeah,
people
you
have
could
come.
try and like rally the crowd to be like, "Hey, Henrik's a great guy! Wow, look at this!"
Did you hear about the snake man?
Yeah.
Snake bro.
Snake bro. I hear about that snake bro. It was
Yeah.
bad.
Henrik just has like tears welling in his eyes, just like looking at Newton and Ida, just like, oh man, you guys.
Do you want to help Henrik, or do you just want to be in the back? Just you know. Do you want to take a stance in this? And
No,
help Ida?
he's very passive.
Ida, you have plus 2 dice.
Mhm.
How many are you rolling?
So far, I'm rolling 4.
4. Any
Yes.
traits?
I am very inquisitive. I am very inquisitive to see what will happen if there are 2 cooks, because it has seemed like it could be a very good thing if eventually they could work together and make some really good stuff.
So you would communicate this
Yeah,
to
like
him.
maybe you prompt the idea that like, hey, what if you combined this recipe from Lockhaven with like these ingredients and this style that Michaela's developed to make do with what's around here? Like,
And
what
let me
happens if
tell
you combine the two? Yeah.
Mhm. And I've got some recipe books back from different places that you guys are more than happy to borrow. I feel like it would be a good thing.
All right. So this is the last check of the player's turn.
Mhm.
Let's see if this will end on a high note. I am rolling for Mikhail.
Okay.
1 success.
Okay. Oh!
Yes.
She knocks it out.
Awesome.
So, after your tear-jerking message, and I figure, Newton, what do you say to the Tapper's Point mice that are currently in here getting their food from Mikhail, and the other guards mice who are present?
Along with wrestling down a snake, this man also, I guess, made Matriarch blush with his bread when she called us into her office, or the other morning, whenever we met her.
Mm-hmm.
I say that with some air of confidence.
This is the Matriarch's own private cook.
Something like
something.
that.
Oh
Something
my
along those lines.
god.
Oh. And everybody sort of nods and lets out a here. I'll toast to that. And you also hear this one mouse say, "Well, I knew he was special. Like they ordered him all the way from Lockhaven.
Please.
I mean, the matriarch wants us to eat good."
Oh my god.
And Mikhail is sort of taken aback, and he's like, the matriarch ordered you here?
Henrik nods.
Well, that's not how it was explained to me when they built that bakery there. It sounded like Arabelle was just sick of my food. And he seems beside himself, and he's sort of like,
Somebody give him a hug.
and he says, Henrik, I'm sorry. I lived here my whole life, and the only people that have ever appreciated my food are the people that lived here before you guards mice came. And after that, I just didn't want to lose that.
I'm totally gonna, Edda's gonna come up and hug him like, I appreciate your food and Miguel.
I know, but I shouldn't be so.
I know.
Henrik just like clenches his fist. Oh, we can make such good food together. I know it.
Yeah,
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make Tapper's Point on the map.
Yes.
And everybody's food that night is a tinge salty because of the happy tears streaming
my
down
God.
these two mice's face. And in Tapper's Point, they are able to taste many mice from Lockhaven for the first time in several weeks. Their first mouthful of Gab Crew.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like the moment Henrik like puts on his like apron, like his whole demeanor changes. Just, all right, let's make some food. Let's make some gabscroon. And just immediately just starts rushing to get ingredients together and just puts all his heart and soul into making the best gabscroon Tapper's Point has ever seen.
And
Edda's
Mikhail
watching.
has everything in the right place for you.
Yes.
And that is where we're going to end today's session. So, congratulations to Ida and Tilly for not dying. And congrats to our two new players. How did you like Mouse Guard?
It was fun. Still getting used to the combat, but yeah, everything else aside from that was excellent.
Certainly.
Yeah, it's good. Just like, you know, I don't know. I just like playing
You're
a
still
very,
emotional, I think.
No. I just like I thought it was like really, really cool.
I
Good casting. Got a good cast of characters here. Got your bookish type. Got your stalwart hero. Got your I'm tired. I have like 5 conditions going on.
It's kind of like
And she can never get rid of that tired.
no.
No.
Forever insomniac.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do rewards. That means I'm going to give you fate points and persona points based on how you roleplayed and acted during this session. So we'll start with fate points. If you acted on your belief, then you get a fate point. That is anything in regards to like, well, I approached this role in tune with my belief. So, did you guys play on that belief, perhaps?
I think I did. I don't know. Maybe.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I didn't really act on it. My belief is that the cities get enough help. Somebody has to look out for the wild mice. I didn't really like act on it, but I made a comment that was against it. Like when the Mutter twins came up, I was basically like, "Oh yeah, they're pieces of shit. We should do some. They're nasty."
That sounds like you might have played against it, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
What about Abbott?
Oh, let's see. I had knowledge is the strongest weapon of defense and progression, therefore we must learn all we can. And I actually, oh no, I did learn some things. I learned like how to talk to blue jays, and I learned a lot about haggling. I learned about how this delicious bread is made. I learned that getting wounded in battle hurts a lot,
Yeah, ouch.
and that I don't like snakes.
You did advocate for the diplomatic approach. I don't know if that plays into it or not.
I think it would. How about you, Newton?
I believe so. Jumping in and being a shield.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
You certainly did that. You're very... if we did not have you, oh man. Oh, that 6 fighter. So, if you played on your instinct, you also get a fate point. So who here played their instinct?
I did not.
What was your instinct?
Bugs. He hates bugs, kind of thing.
Oh.
What?
So, yeah, that would have been... instincts are sort of like underlying roleplay quirks that can sort of pop up. You don't really need to do a roll for them, but since once you start playing with the beliefs and instincts more, you'll get more used to saying or popping in with, oh, this happens because my character has this instinct.
Yeah.
You can also change your instinct and belief at the start of every session. So after this, if you feel like this is a good quirk, you can change it.
Okay.
But that is fate points for you. Let's get to the really important one. Did everybody accomplish their goal?
I tried, but I failed.
What was your goal?
My goal was to find time to take a nap.
You did!
Yeah, and then
I did take
on
a
the
nap.
wagon.
It just didn't work.
It just didn't work. I'm so sorry. This is like, what, the 3rd time?
Something like that.
Wow. I'm so sorry. How about the rest of you? Did you complete your goals?
Oh yes.
I made sure to find some excitement while on the mission.
That's fought a snake. That's
That was exciting.
It's pretty exciting. Mine was to make the best Gab Croon on Tapper Point has ever tasted, but I don't think we got to
They've
that
never
point yet.
tasted it before. I think that's
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can't imagine if you tried to make it without the eggs. So this is the best in Tapper's Point. That is for certain.
Haha!
You get a Persona point if you accomplish this.
Oh yes.
Yay!
If you played against your belief, if you defied that defining characteristic, you get a Persona point as well. So that's just something, because your belief is supposed to be challenged, and that's my job. So I'll try to keep an eye out for people's beliefs and probe you and say, do you really believe that? Are you certain that's really how the world should work? So that's just a little optional thing in case that comes to him. We have the last 3 rewards coming up. They're all Persona points, but I need you guys to help me decide who gets them. Who gets Most Valuable Player this session?
I think Tilly did a really, really good job with helping out with, for instance, the talking, and then she knew about going into the wild and getting the beetles. Either that, or I also think that Jace, Newton's character, was instrumental in that fight.
Yeah.
I would
Because
actually vote
he was
Jace.
he was the only one doing attacks.
Yeah.
You would
Yeah.
not have been
I
able
would
to win
vote-
that.
I would vote Newton because Tilly mostly helped out with other people's roles. She didn't make roles herself.
Yeah, and if we're talking about most valuable player, for
Yeah.
this
Jace.
round,
Yeah.
you kept us alive, basically.
Yeah, Newton definitely. Just
Yeah.
I mean, we would have lost the beetles, which we would have not gotten the eggs, and then, everything
Yeah.
would have just spiraled
It
down.
would have been a mess.
If we couldn't get that snake down,
Big
or
mess.
at least away from us. So definitely Newton.
So, Newton, there you go. You get a Persona point. Now, who is going to receive the Workhorse Award? And this is the mouse who has made the really tight rolls that need to be made, to sort of keep the session rolling and keep you guys on track. This one is a little more hard because you can't be MVP and Workhorse. I would say maybe Lore Mouse with Ida might have been the clutch one, honestly. Because yeah, you did do a lot of the talking, and I believe most everybody else did like looking for stuff in Scout. So I think that might go to yeah,
Ida.
Yeah, probably Ida. I think that's up to you guys. This is a group decision.
Yeah, definitely Ida, because I mean, like, you know, making that deal with the Blue Jay was also very keen to getting eggs.
No.
So I think Ida gets a Persona point.
Oh,
Congratulations! And then we have the last reward, which is also a Persona point. This is the Embodiment Award, and it goes to everyone! Everybody gets a Persona point! You get this because, gosh darn it, you guys did some awesome role-playing in this game. And especially for the 2 new players, being their first time playing Mouse Guard, that is a triumph. So
both of you, like, I loved your characters. It was so fun to
Yes.
play off of.
I'm a fan of both Newton and especially Henrik Sweet Oat. What a name! You are going to be a facet of Tapper's Point now, because gosh darn, you made that character, and I saw like 5 Baker. I was like, wow, determined. I have to work with this. So beyond that, is there anything else you guys want to talk about the system? Talk about my GMing style? Anything that can sort of like be improved with this type of campaign as well, since this is sort of like a revolving door cast.
Well, gosh, I think you're too awesome a GM, and I think you should tone it down a little bit because the awesomeness is blowing everybody away.
Like,
and it's a little unfair.
Of other GMs now are just like through the roof, and you're making it like unreasonable for me to be satisfied like in other campaigns now. So
like it just ain't right.
It's not right.
Listen, not every streamer can do this. They can't wear this. We can't impose those strict rules and expectations. So I'm gonna have to shoot you down there. But I appreciate it.
Darn it.
I didn't really know what to expect when going into this, and I was like, Baker sounds kind of fun to roleplay. Like, you know, it's like, man, like it just doesn't seem like something like everyone would do. So, but it's like it all worked out in the campaign, and like it seemed like everyone's skills, like, you know, for a campaign and like a GM to work that in. It's like it's like, man, you actually like were able to work in the Baker. I thought I was just gonna like, just kind of like,
I bake on the side.
Yeah, what I loved most was the matriarch was like, I need to get this Baker to Tapper's Point. You, person who's decked out in heavy armor, need to defend them with a giant axe and a shield.
Baker is valuable.
I need the muffins.
He is a high priority target.
High priority Baker.
I also love how stoic Newton is compared to Henrik, who's just
so emotional. I love it.
Yeah, they play off each other really well.
So I'm really glad I sent both of you there at the same time.
Oh yeah. Like,
yeah, you guys are great. Besides that, I think we're ready to call it. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you to Gibbs. She loves us, and I really appreciate it. Everything you do, everything that you do, that you cheered so hard, and it helped them defeat the snake. Congratulations.
Yay!
I still want to do awesome stuff for you, Gibbs. We love you. And that's really about it. You can join the Discord if you want to play this game as well. I'll put it right there in the chat, because honestly, that's what this game is about. This is about sort of introducing people to this wonderful game, this fantastic world that has been done in the comics by David Peterson, the game built up off of the Burning Wheel system by Luke Crane. I adore it. I adore the possibilities it grants us, and I'm just glad that you people are willing to play it. And also, I'm just gonna drop the giveaway again, because gosh darn, One Night Werewolf. It's now at the end of this month. It's going to be gone. I can assure you that at the end of this month, it's gone. We'll see what we can do for the next giveaway, and also keep an ear on our Twitter feed, because we are going. Do I have a Twitter command? Nope. Guess not.
Okay,
I'll fix that.
failure.
Whoopsie. we are going to be doing because we hit 100 followers, we are going to be dropping in with a very special and very experimental stream. It is going to be a system that is completely homebrewed. It's not D&D, it's not Mouse Guard. It is a very interesting take on how you can put as much tension into each dice roll and into each scene. And all I'll tell you is that it's going to be horror-based. It is also going to be... death is going to be on the line with every roll, so I'll make announcements about that very soon, but in the meantime, just enjoy the fluffy, wonderful world of Mouse Guard. We'll see you guys this Thursday with another Eastern Marches. Lots of returning members coming for that. And then we have Friday Out of the Abyss No Party Mode. And then this Sunday, we also have our wonderful and lovely Festival of Colors. We'll see you then, and by all means, enjoy your evening. Next time, I'll see you guys on the forefront, okay? Bye, guys. Best of luck.
Bye bye.